Welcome to Two Nobodies with the Mic. It's your say, great job, 49ers!
The 5 best players ever in the NBA, Kobe Bryant is not one of them.
Bravo, you can't say anywhere that he doesn't belong in the league. Give me that amount of money, and I'll do whatever you want me to do. Josh Allen will never make the playoffs again.
The SEC is straight trash.
This fool was a crumb bum.
Oh, he was in one of those vests?
Yeah.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Two Nobodies with the Mic, episode 96. We have a little bit different look today, guys. We are doing the show remote today, so Rafa didn't have to make his 2.5-hour drive. And but I just want to welcome everyone. Thank you guys for joining us. We are live on YouTube, and we hope you guys enjoy the show. That intro, I just want to give a quick shout out. We do this show in memory of Ryan Klinkenbroomer, Deputy Ryan Klinkenbroomer, and his 1-year anniversary was on Monday. And I just want to say that you're always in our thoughts, Ryan. We'll always dedicate this show to you. Shout out to Brittany, his fiance, who's in one of my fantasy leagues. His brother Chad, his sister, his parents. You'll never be forgotten, and thank you for your sacrifice, brother. That being said, episode 96. How's everyone doing out there, man? Let's go through our introductions. I got CJ Whoa in the house. What up, man?
What's going on?
How you doing? I got Eddie Money, executive producer extraordinaire. Is that where the magic happens, Eddie Money? Is that where the magic happens right behind you?
No magic happens here. I live with my mother. I would never.
Of course not.
Doesn't look like a lot of magic goes on there.
Oh my gosh.
And then we have the guru, Rafa.
What's
guru's
going on,
in the
baby?
house, man, all the way from the studio in the 661. Guys, like I said, We are an interactive show. We are the gambling show of record. And let us know how you like the little remote. We can do shows whenever we want now, and look at us. Look at us now.
Look
Look
at
at
us.
us now.
Who would have
Yeah.
thought, man?
Who would have thought? Who would have thought? 96, the episode is 4 away from 100. If you guys know how we do famous athletes who wear the number of our episode. And this week is 96. Does anyone have a famous 96?
I have one.
Who
I
you
have
got,
two
Mike?
actually, but I'll do one. Dalius Thomas from the Ravens. Then he signed that fat contract to the Patriots.
That's a good one.
Man, he was good in the Ravens, and then
And
just
then
went
he got
to
that
shit.
money. He's just
And
like,
then-
yeah,
Gone.
gone, baby, gone. Anyone else?
Carlos Dunlap.
Another Auburn
Wow, good
Auburn
point.
Tigers, right? I got my probably not the most famous, but one of the best, and rest in peace. Darrell Russell, defensive tackle, USC, and was an absolute beast in the NFL. And too bad he just had to play on some horrible teams. But yeah, I saw him in a convertible Ferrari. He looked like the Thriller Gorilla. He was way too big in that car, man. But he was a good dude. I met him a couple times, and he was a monster. 96 for the Raiders and USC back in the heyday. Cortez Kennedy, come on,
It's
man.
another good, yeah.
The U,
You.
yeah, Hall of Famer, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, Hall of Famer.
You know who
but-
wore 96 for one season? Richard Dent.
Richard Dent, the best defense ever, man. 85 Bears.
He wore it on the Colts, though, by the way.
Oh, ooh,
One season.
okay.
he wore
Zach said Daryl.
Darrell Russell. Did I say something different?
I don't know. He just said Daryl, so I don't know if he was talking about the
It
homie.
has
or-
it has to be.
Or is that Zach's homie Daryl?
Yeah, I guess. Anyways, you know what? Speaking of the Patriots, you know what I stumbled onto last night? Like just going through the channels, was
What?
the Aaron Hernandez story on I think it's FX, also on Hulu.
Did that start already?
Yeah, it was already episode 2.
They're
Oh,
burning
shit,
that
alright.
out, man. Too much.
But,
stuff
dude,
about it.
Too much.
Dude, Urban Meyer, dude, Urban is portrayed. He's a maniac. They show the the administration really getting after Urban, and he's like, I don't give a shit. I'm not kicking these dudes off. But the famous scene is like, dude, you have to kick. There was so much trouble. You know who he made the sacrificial lamb, who he kicked off, and who did the least shit?
Cam Newton.
Cam Newton. And the guy who played Cam Newton looked like Urkel, by the way. He's like, you're kicking me off. Like, after what all these guys did once, shootings, you're kicking me off for like stealing a laptop or so whatever. But yeah, I ended up watching it, a little bit of it last night. I think it looked pretty interesting.
Oh, it's done. Oh, he said I beat him to it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's your famous 96. You guys don't. I mean, 4 more. You guys never have to deal with the famous episodes again. Aren't you happy about that?
I'm excited for 0, actually.
Yeah, Russell Westbrook.
That's it.
Jim Otto, man. Jim Otto, 00.
Well, there's more zeros now because NFL is single player and there's singles numbers.
Yeah, Bennett, right, from the Raiders. Ja'Cory Bennett. I think he wears 0. He had a
Yeah, he
good
does.
game. He had a good.
Oh, by the way,
game.
Michael Bennett wore 96 for a couple years too, by the way.
Oh, from the Seattle.
Yeah, but he was with fuck. I don't know who he was with. when he wore
Smallish
96.
shoulder pads. Michael Bennett
Yes.
wore
Yes.
like the shell. Like
Yes.
there was. It was basically.
But that was his thing, though.
Oh
He's
yeah,
a dog.
it was
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, no, I'm not criticizing. I thought it was fucking cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Like that's how big he was. He's like, I'm just gonna put some socks here, and he rolled. He was
And
a
we're
bad.
doing it.
He was a bad man. But like I said, guys, we are the gambling show of record, and we're gonna get into a ton of college and NFL. But before we do that, we're gonna cover a segment called "You're Fired." We do this every week. Hypothetical, imaginary, hiring or firing. Does anyone gears grinded? Who wants to start off with that shit today?
I'll start. I got a hiring and a firing. So I'm going to hire Woj for an amazing career. The GOAT retired today after an amazing career of reporting.
that.
Wasn't confirmed until Woj came out with it, so I'm gonna hire Woj, but I'm gonna fire Sean O'Malley and Alexa Grasso because on the biggest event and stage that the UFC has ever presented, they did not get better from their last fight to this fight. Like, you would think that Alexa Grasso, this is the first time that 3 females in UFC have fought for the third time, and she did not get better. Her wrestling didn't improve, and Sean O'Malley's wrestling did not improve. So I just want to fire the both of them. You know, they were heavy favorites going into it, and I just think that they underperformed at the Sphere, and it just showed again that wrestling is king.
Wrestling is king. Right there. Sunny Flow on the back of the wall over there. Dude, I told everyone who I could tell, I saw there was zero fucking chance for Sugar Sean to win this fight because he can't win a fight on the ground. And that's 100% where everyone knew that fight was going to go.
So, but I think everybody was so heavily leaned on O'Malley because he did fight Aljamain and Piotr, who both did take him down multiple times, and he got back up and still beat them. He knocked Aljamain Sterling out. But Merab is a different wrestling animal. Like, he
from Georgia, man.
Georgia. So yeah.
Dogs in Georgia. Sonny had to wrestle a couple dudes from Georgia. They look like they're from the freaking Russian mafia. No joke. They're the real deal. And Merab he's an animal, man. Animal. And dude, who saw that? Did you guys see the one cut on the women's fight?
Disgusting.
Yes.
Worst cut in UFC history. Can we all agree on that? Did you see her on the table afterwards?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Woo, I've just got goosebumps. That was so bad. Like, I hope Dana gets some plastic surgery for that young lady, man, because she that'd be a badass scar for a dude, right?
Yeah.
But that is not
lady.
My gosh, that was just horrific. And her trainer in the
genderfying of Scar, Ed?
100%. Scars are cool on men, and scars are not cool on women.
Okay.
Women. But no, but that great event, by the way. That should look fire. But yeah, shout out to Woj. I think he took a recruiting job
he took a general manager job at St. Bonaventure basketball.
Yeah, maybe did he go there or like? I could see how that job could wear you down, man. Just constantly on the phone, you know. But yeah, good for him. No more Woj bombs.
Zach says, can we fire DJ and Floor Safe for a third straight week? They couldn't beat Memphis at home.
Bro, listen. I know I'm a DJ homer. CJ, I mean, literally, DJ has touched his nutsack on several occasions.
Oh my gosh.
That was the job description.
For 4 years, actually. 4 years.
Do you put that in your resume? That DJ,
DJ
all up in your
touch
shit?
my nuts.
Yes,
and
all the time.
Of course. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my.
But I watched the game, man, and as bad as DJ was, as bad as that pick was, that whole team,
it sucks.
That whole team is bad.
It's bad.
That defensive line, garbage, undisciplined, dropping passes. Everyone's bad. And like I said, Norville is not above getting fired. By the way, in 5 years, he's started out 0-3 twice. Man.
So
an outlier.
I'm kind of leaning towards this tinfoil Dion to Florida State. I can see it. I'm not there yet, but I'm leaning that way.
I'm with you, CJ. I'm with you. I think it's gonna happen.
No, we thought it was going to happen. It was just not this soon, but it looks like it's going to be fucking right now.
Because, let's say you want to blame DJ. Let's say that
they can't tackle it.
Oh, no. I'm just saying, I get it. They can't tackle. That defensive line, I think, is costing them $11 million or something like that. It's all bad.
Too much money.
But you have to be accountable for bringing DJ in. Like, you have film. You have shit tons of film on him. And so either way, Norvell has to be – the buck has to stop somewhere. and it has to be with him. But or the guy who won't eat shit. The guy who said if we lose to Boston College, I'll eat shit. There's people in Florida looking for that dude.
Oh, he gone.
Because they're saying that like Florida State will never be good again until that dude eats like he said a bowl of dog shit. So
Luke just said DJ's gonna start working for State Farm pretty soon.
Oh, that's a great
DJ is
job.
drafted by the Dodgers, but he will be a single A pitcher next year.
Oh man,
high A ball DJ.
He also said he's a crumb bum, which is for those who don't know, Luke's worst possible fucking comment ever.
I heard Dion use it in a commercial when he's the
crumb bum.
Really?
When he's the pigeon. When he's the pigeon in the commercial, he says crumb bum.
Luke, you should have
copyrighted that. Is that where you got it from, Luke?
No, Luke has used it forever.
Dion got it from Luke.
Dion probably watched. What happened was Dion watched the video last week of Eddie, and then he went to the podcast, saw the intro, and he said, "Fuck it, I'm running with crumb bum." That's what happened.
The two most ridiculous statements ever: the SEC is trash, and Josh Allen will never make the playoffs again.
Just wait.
Yeah. Both not looking good after 2 weeks.
No. But who wants to go next?
I'll hire.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Eddie. Go ahead, Eddie Money. Go ahead.
I'll hire the Spear because I thought it was gonna be completely buns at first. I was watching those prelims. I was like, ugh. Nothing's in the background. Everybody's just looking there. Yeah. Like if you didn't get like a close seat, it looked bad. But once the main car started and then all that stuff behind and the screen was like visual effects, that was pretty dope.
Oh, dude, they couldn't stop talking about it. They're like, how do we go to Utah after this? Like, it's going to be such a letdown. And listen, it was a success, CJ. Was it not? How do you not bring it back there? And I think this time the prices will shoot up because the prices
got cheap.
They got cheaper.
From 7,000 to 700. But I don't think that'll ever happen again because I talked to a couple of people that went, and they said it was even better in person.
Yeah,
which I could see.
I had like I was kind of on a two-way path about it. Like I appreciated Dana kind of coming through. It was a true love letter to Mexican heritage. Like it really was. Like it's not a hyperbolic thing. Like it was truly a love letter to the Mexican people. But the fights were just not good. Like there were two. There were probably two. The cut with Iran Aldana, and then the one where the guy with the teeth was he got his ass kicked. He got knocked down in the first round, and he got choked out, and he still won the fight. So besides
that was bullshit. Was that not bullshit?
It was a draw.
The Jamaican.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought it was a draw.
I thought he won the fight. He just lost position with 20 seconds left.
I would say it was a draw because you can consider the first round a 10-8, and then I think he won the other two rounds. But back to my point, I don't think that the Sphere, I think that you can do that, but you have to stack the card. You have to stack the card. It has to be a Conor McGregor, John Jones, Ilia Topuria type of card.
Conor McGregor's not coming back, man.
He said the prelim fights were insane, CJ, to be fair.
Okay.
Look at fucking CJ's like,
I mean, listen, UFC's been kind of struggling with their cards lately. I mean, is not Sugar Sean the biggest draw right now? Is he not the next coming of Conor McGregor?
I would argue with Alex Pereira.
Boom, not
okay.
Anymore.
That's a great argument, but and then
you're up there though. He's right there.
Yeah, he's right there. So that's a good firing. Go ahead, Guru. Oh, go ahead, Eddie Money.
A fire from Luke. I like to fire the Raiders for deciding they can be good at football. They will hit the bed this week. The fire crotch about to torch them up.
The fire crotch, yes. The red rifle from TCU, man. No. Listen, I'd much rather Luke face Bryce Young than the red rifle. I think the last game he played, he threw for 362 yards and 2 touchdowns. The last game he played. So
that was with the Cowboys, though.
Was it? It doesn't. I mean, that's the last game he played.
I think it was with Dallas. Different role.
Yeah. True. Good point. But yeah, if Luke and I have he texted me the other day. He's like, "Are you feeling nervous about my under 8.5 with the Steelers?" I'm like, "Not really. You face kind of garbage teams, but again,
both on the road, by the way, Ed.
No. And I'm looking. and they're at home against the Chargers. I think that's a winnable game
for both teams. That game's
Yeah,
gonna be good.
yeah,
That game's gonna be good.
yeah. I agree.
So
I agree.
one of those two teams will be 3-0 that none of us expected to be 3-0.
Wow, crazy
So-
man. Go ahead, Rafa.
I want to fire Georgia, man. Kirby, how bad are you at Kentucky, bro? Like 2020, he was terrible there. They barely scored 13 points
Yeah,
or 14. 2022 at Kentucky struggled as well. This weekend struggled as well. Kirby, you've got to figure it out, baby.
listen, man. You know my theory: ugly quarterback, no natties for you. I'm not a believer in Georgia after all that hype. And if you play running back for Kentucky, you're just like automatically fucking badass. Like how they passed in that fourth quarter. I thought Stoops really screwed that up. They were running the ball effectively, and they had to run the ball twice and kick a field goal, and he passed it twice and went out of field goal range, and I think that cost him the game.
And how did he not go for it on that fourth down there? Looking like Antonio Pierce week 1.
Yeah, big time. Exactly same situation. Anyone else? Any money?
Yeah, we got some more. Zach wants to fire the refs in the Chiefs Bengals game.
Oh yes,
Dude, guys, stop it.
The 12th man, the
Guys.
12th, 13th, and 14th man.
Stop
Rafa,
it.
that was not a PI. That's the
Guys.
definition of both guys going up for a jump ball.
Ed, it wasn't
They
a
were
jump
both
ball 'cause
stopped.
They were
He
both
was-
not stopped. The receiver from the Chiefs was still moving. Watch the replay.
I did
Live?
500 times. They
Dude.
both. He wasn't running anymore. He stopped.
It
and they
doesn't
both-
matter. Guess what happened? When they both jumped up for the ball, the receiver always has the right of way. It's like a pedestrian. They always have the right of way. The receiver jumps up, and the Bengals corner or safety makes contact first, literally before the ball gets there. Makes contact, PI.
Bro,
It is
that
what it
pass
is.
was bad. You gotta swallow your fucking whistle there, Rafa. It wasn't egregious. Could it be called? Yes.
That's it then.
But
That's
but
it.
fourth and 15, fourth and 16, it wasn't. It just you gotta swallow your fucking whistle there.
Rules
and
are
listen-
rules. They swallowed their whistle and fucked the
First
Saints.
of all, I've been in a car with you, and you never give the right of way to pedestrians.
Yeah.
Okay, don't be a hypocrite.
Rules are rules, fellas.
Anyone else?
I just watched it again. That's a PI.
It
He
is,
grabbed-
dude.
He hits him in the air. He's not.
Exactly. I at first watching it live, I didn't think it was. I was like, fuck. But when you
Listen.
watch it replay after replay after replay, it's a PI.
Well, listen, like in Gladiator, the days to glorify yourself will soon be over. Okay, because this is it's dude. Did he not look bad this week?
Every
not-
quarterback with the exception of Derek Carr, Gardner Minshew, and that's it. Everyone else has looked terrible. Lamar Jackson is 0-2, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lamar 0-2. Guy won the MVP. He's 0-2. Joe Burrow, the
Fair
stud muffin Joe Burrow, 0-2.
Fair enough.
And Herbert hasn't even thrown for like 180 yards, I think.
Well, we
disgusting.
knew that though. We knew that. That's going to be in the DNA of the Chargers. So
Yeah. That's true.
Luke said the Steelers will finish 11-5.
Well, that's impossible because there's 17 games now, Luke. I don't know if you know that. So
He also wants to fire CJ.
they're going to forfeit 2 games, Rafa, obviously.
they're going to go 11-5 and 0. That's it.
Bane's going to come out at halftime and then blow up the field.
Both.
That's why they won't play. We've all seen it. Come on. So,
Zero Pool said USC just landed 5-star Jerome Miles, the number 5 wide receiver in the country.
dude, but I love it. Thanks for chiming in. I got an interesting question. I was watching something, and who was it? Who was the defensive lineman who played for the University of Washington and then for the Rams? big dude. I forget. Anyways, he was saying that he
DeMarco
believes, yes.
Look at Rafa. Okay.
Yeah, good
Pulling
call.
them.
But he
I
said
can't
that
stand the guy, by the way.
he's not an SC guy, by the way. He's a UW Husky.
Right.
And he said that he thinks that SC will be the first Pac-12, team that joined that will win the Big Ten title. Not that they'll do it this year, but they'll win it before Oregon, Washington, or UCLA. Thoughts, Rafa?
I could see it. I could see it happening.
I mean, here's the
It's
thing.
burning on the
Not-
inside.
Not soon.
He's like,
Not
burning.
soon.
But here's the
Not
thing.
soon. Washington, you know how I feel about Washington. I think Washington's absolute garbage. Trash. You saw it this weekend. They were absolute shit.
yeah, it was disgusting.
Lost the game on fucking goal to go and couldn't score. Like, that's a shit show. Oregon, Dan Lanning is, I don't know what the fuck's going on there.
Dude, they look amazing. They look great this week, Rafa.
They look
It's
great.
Oregon State. Let's relax there, guys. Let's
It's a
relax. They
rivalry
looked
game.
trash the first
That was
game.
my call. Because anyone who was anyone in Corvallis left, and they all went SC. It's like cockroaches when the lights turn on in the middle of the night. Anyone who was a player left Corvallis, and that's why I thought Oregon State or Oregon would boat race them, and they did. So, but that's interesting. And if you look at recruits, speaking of recruits at SC, they're going into the Midwest. They're recruiting huge offensive linemen. Big. They know their deficiencies, and they're recruiting big guys to compete, in the trenches, which SC hasn't been a tough football team since Pete Carroll.
Yeah, I would say that USC probably has the best identity in the Big Ten to win the Big Ten right now. Like, they have run stoppers, they have hard edges on the defense, they have good DBs, solid defense, obviously amazing quarterback play, amazing. I think they have, out of all the Pac-12 teams, the best identity to prevail in that Big Ten.
Should we light a candle for the new Pac-12 or the new
Not
Pac,
yet.
the 6-pack?
Oh, it's
Not yet.
back.
It's back, baby.
There you go,
Yeah.
CJ. Your boys are back, CJ. Your boys are back.
It's
That's what
heartbreaking.
sports say, baby.
I know for CJ and me, I'm heartbroken. I am
Yeah, no.
heartbroken. I still have like things like this is all. I'll wake up and SC, and this will be the conference
me.
of champions. Yeah, I still don't believe it, but I'll get into a couple quick firings. Number one, I want to fire the umpires last night in the Padres and Astros game. In the 9th inning, Altuve hits a foul ball clearly off his big toe, and it was a huge moment. There was men on base, and he takes off his shoe and sock to show the ump his toes like this, and he throws him out of the game, throws the manager out of the game, and guys, stay the fuck out of the game. He wasn't being. I mean, what's your thoughts? Is he trying to? I know umpires don't like to get shown up, but it was such a bad call and such an obvious call. And Altuve was just being factual. He's like, dude, I could show you the bruise on my big toe. And he kicked him out of the game. Luckily, the ball never lies. And Houston ended up winning in extra innings anyways. What's your thoughts on that, Rafa?
The only reason he shouldn't have got kicked out, right? I mean, he should have got kicked out because he
Showed him up.
He showed him up. The umpires don't like that shit. You can't do that because they let him argue enough. The thing is, once you take off your shoe, he literally took off his cleats and then it sucked.
He's pointing
like,
to his toe. It was so great.
Look,
I was in the group chat. Who's watching this shit? This is awesome.
Yeah, dude. I was like, oh my God, that's insane. But that's why he showed up the umpire, so they kicked him out. Terrible call by the umpire, but we all make mistakes. So I mean, there's nothing.
Not my wife.
That should be a play that you should be able to challenge, actually.
Yes, and even the announcers thought that.
Yeah, that should be a play you should be able to challenge, and you'll see next year when they go through, in the winter meetings, they'll probably go through the rules committee, and that might be something that they throw in. You know what? We should be able to challenge a play like that.
Yeah.
So hopefully they could fix it.
A very, very serious firing. That this issue must be addressed, and it's something that affects everybody. I want to fire, and this is going to be hard for me to say, sushi chefs. All right? When you give me my nigiri, and it comes right to the table, and I go with the chopsticks to dump it in my soy sauce, and I pick it up, and the rice falls into the soy sauce and splashes my $100 T-shirt, you should be fired. That's bullshit. It sat there for 30 seconds. You gotta put enough wasabi to fucking make it stick, man. Come on.
A lot of places don't use wasabi on their like that. You know that.
This place must have not, because every fucking piece I got, Rafa, it was Splash Fest. I felt like I should have went to the Lobster Fest. I should have had a bib. My wife kept on pointing out, she did it again. I was just like, splash, splash, splash. I was like, I'm gonna wear a yellow rain suit next time I go there. I mean, it's a serious deal, man.
What were you dipping into a tub of fucking soy sauce and the shit just splashed everywhere?
I love soy sauce. Soy sauce is my thing. But dude, it wasn't like I let it sit there, Rafa. Make it stick, man.
Yeah, they probably don't use wasabi. When you go to a sushi place that's not very good, they don't put wasabi there.
And you know what? And the cuts, too thick.
Too thick. Not a fan.
Too thick, man.
Yeah. That's when you know a place isn't good. When the shit's just really thick, they're just trying to dump off the shit. Is what
you know what I should have known.
Low grade fish.
When I walked in, there wasn't one Asian dude behind the bar.
You got to run.
There was one Mexican dude.
Run.
All right.
When that's the case, Ed. You got to run.
That's an issue, man. Let's get that fixed. Get that fixed. That being said, guys, thank you for joining us in Your Fired.
Luke has one more thing. He says, I can't understand Rafa. Tell him to take Mahomes' dick out of his mouth. We can understand what he's saying. Tell Rafa to take Mahomes' cock out of his mouth.
No. That has been surgically attached. Unlike my nigiri, Mahomes' penis is attached into Rafa's esophagus.
Guys, you guys will one day appreciate greatness. I already appreciate it. You guys haven't got there yet. That's the problem.
Well,
and then Zero Cool asks, Rafa, who will beat USC? USC versus OSU for the conference title.
Who's beating USC this weekend, baby? This weekend in the big house. In the big house.
They've already switched quarterbacks. Is Connor Stallion going to be there?
Right.
I know. new quarterback. This is the most physical team USC's played in fucking who knows how many years.
Dude, so Tulane. Come on.
Are we serious? Are we serious? No. If I was sitting right next to you, I'd look right at you. Be like, fuck.
Are you kidding?
Listen, this week
I'd argue that both times they played Utah, that those Utah teams were way tougher than this Michigan team will ever be.
We will see.
Utah,
that's why they play the game, CJ.
Great call, CJ. Utah tough as nails.
Yeah.
And listen, Oregon State, I don't believe they played Oregon State last year though, but Oregon State's offensive line last year was a no joke.
I'm talking about defensive tackles. I'm talking about defensive line. Let's see how they do this weekend with that big line of fucking Luke, with that big defensive line of Michigan. We'll see. By the way, Vegas has USC -5.5. I think Michigan's going to win that game.
The line
really close.
The line went down, right? Because they switched quarterbacks?
No, I've seen it at 5.5 from the game.
The whole time? Okay. All right.
So it hasn't moved. But I think that line's going to move before we get to Saturday. So keep an eye on that.
And it's in the big house.
It's in the big house. On the road, Miller Moss against that Michigan defense. We will see.
So SC had a bye week. Miller Moss graduated from my alma mater, Alamany Indians. Now it's Bishop Alamany, but he went to the game and showed up out there. You know, his senior year, CJ, I don't know if you know this, you probably do, but he left to Modern Day for like 2 or 3 weeks.
2 seconds. Yeah, 2 seconds.
For 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And then I realized I'm a turd and I'm not playing there.
I mean, I'm sure he just didn't show up on campus. I'm sure they invited him.
Yeah,
but
I wonder if it had anything to do with Bryce Young, because I think Miller was a year after us. I'm just wondering.
You know, Elijah Brown was there at the time, and maybe he practiced a couple of times and said, I'm not going to beat this dude out. But good call, by the way. We went to go see them, and Rafa's like, you keep on hyping this Elijah Brown up, and I think he's probably.
I told you, no bueno.
And when you saw him, I don't know if he had lost a game. And
he hadn't lost a game until the first game I watched, which was against Bosco at the Rose Bowl, and
Yeah.
he was trash. And I was like, this guy sucks. And then what happened to him? He gone.
He's at Stanford.
Yeah, he's at
and
Stanford.
He's going to be at State Farm soon.
He's going to be
no.
at a firm making six figures, probably.
Yeah, he might own like 30 State Farm
Right.
franchises. Yes.
Well, as long
Zero
as
Cool
he's not
said the
playing
line
football.
was 6.5 and went down to 5.5.
See, that's what
There you go. So
I knew it moved. I knew it moved.
I didn't see it at 6.5. I saw it at 5.5. But anyways, so the Sharps are on the Wolverines. At
To
home,
me,
I just,
to me, it's the line's crazy for SC to go to the big house and
right
be
on the road,
road favorites 5. That's insane.
drinking the Kool-Aid.
I think
I
it's a lot of USC looked really good and Michigan has looked really bad these last 2 weeks.
Well, how about
there.
Fresno
We'll get there.
State? Oh, how about Fresno State's not a bad team as well?
Yeah.
I know
yeah.
they gave Michigan Fresno
Yeah.
State's that they're always tough, man. The Central Valley California kids always tough.
Derek Carr is still playing there, right?
No, it's David Carr now.
We'll get into
We'll get
that,
into college a little later, but for now we got Week 3 NFL, Thursday Night Football. We got the Patriots versus the Jets. Jets minus 6.5, over under 38.5.
Another Thursday night on Amazon. You know what that means. Bet the
under.
So crazy stat I was telling you guys about this game before we went on was that the Patriots have beat the Jets 15 of 16 games, which is unbelievable. 15-1 straight up.
Not really.
Fuck.
Is
The
it
Patriots
unbelievable?
Tom Brady hasn't played for a while.
Okay.
So, but that's something to keep an eye on. Line 6.5. The Jets haven't looked great, obviously, in their first couple games. So it's going to be something. I'd take the Patriots, but I love the under. Under for sure. Under 38.5. We're going to take the under in this spot for sure.
I think
And
CJ Mosley is out too, correct?
They got a couple guys out.
And that's their dude. I mean, that's their captain on defense. He's a man. So
What do you think about this game, Eddie Money?
I really like Patriots with the points. Andrew is trying to convince me to take Patriots money line straight up, which I can see happening. It started off. I just really like with the points, a little safety net.
Shit, you know what? The Patriots have beat the Jets 8 in a row in New Jersey. By the way, 8 in a row. So the Patriots money line is not a bad play there.
The only time the Jets beat the Patriots was last year.
Yeah, so imagine that lost 15 in a row before that.
Did you hear that the Giants are inquiring about Zach Wilson?
Yeah, that's
like
terrible.
You didn't see him play in your own stadium for fucking 2 years. Like that's I'm hoping it's just a rumor, but I think Giants fans would like literally start jumping off buildings if they got Zach Wilson back in New York. And if I was him, I would refuse to go. I'm not going back to New York ever again. Not even to visit.
Luke said, can we stop saying Robert Saleh is a good head coach?
Nobody said that. I don't think he's a good coach. Eddie and CJ, you said that? Guilty, CJ?
He's a good defensive coordinator.
I mean, he was a defensive coordinator for my team. So when he went to the Jets, I was like, oh, he's going to do amazing. And I think I love a defensive-minded coach. But it's just bad, man. He's bad. There's no way around it. There's no more excuses.
Let's look at circumstances here, though. See, they didn't have their quarterback last year. They had a top 3 defense. He's a defensive coach. What's so bad about him? I mean, he clearly shaves once an hour.
Produce a turd. Like, you got to figure out something.
I mean, the offensive line was bad, right? I knew the left tackle that went from Dallas, the stud who played at SC, Tyron Smith. He can't. I mean, he's damaged goods.
Right.
He's damaged goods. I knew that signing was garbage. And Aaron Rodgers, like Aaron Rodgers would say, Rafa, relax.
It's early. We'll see. They have to impress still.
Yeah. And whatever he's using to shave his head, his face, the dude.
I want it.
Right? I mean, the guy's face is, you can't find a hair and he's Middle Eastern, so you know he hairy.
Yeah.
Hairy the motherfucker. Hairy than a motherfucker.
Oh man, clip that. Please clip that. 100%.
I've already been accused of being racist because like 500 times.
Well, you've dropped 2 bombs here today. You got
Right.
gender. You got gender scars. So you
Yes.
genderfied fucking scars and only for men. And now that Salah's got to be, hairy because he's Persian.
The roles have really reversed on this show.
Yeah, Ed. Fuck.
Quick
Shit.
turnaround.
Yeah, quick, real quick.
Real quick.
Make two nobodies great again. That's
Too
crazy.
good. Too good.
Good.
All right. And then rolling into Sunday, 10 a.m., we got Chargers versus Steelers. Steelers -1, over under 36.
Oh,
Luke's
my
favorite
God.
team here.
Well, who's
Can
playing
we-
quarterback for the San Diego Superchargers?
No, Herbert finished the game. There's no reports on Herbert. He's playing.
Yeah.
So,
You sure?
but the Chargers, yeah, he's playing. He finished that game. So, but the Chargers 3-8 in their last 11 straight up on the road. So that's going to be something to watch for. Pittsburgh playing well. There shouldn't be a quarterback controversy, period. By the way, did you see that Russell Wilson got the game ball last game?
No, what?
Did you see that shit? He got the game ball last game.
For what?
Who the fuck knows? But
sorry to interrupt you, but I missed a firing last week. Okay, we just let that shit fucking slide and just crawl right underneath the rug. Russell Wilson in a game that he was ruled out and was ineligible to play. No matter if every quarterback in the stadium, high school, middle school, or what, he couldn't play that game. Showed up, full uni, eye black, and was on the sideline like what the fuck was that? That was weird.
Yeah,
Just
but
watch
Russell
it.
Wilson, he's you know what he is.
A teacher's
Jesus.
pet, like a weird dude.
100%. 100%. I like the under in this spot. By the way, the Chargers last 17 games, 14-3 to the under. So, but the other crazy trend in this game is that 5 of the last 6 they played in Pittsburgh have gone over. Now, Harbaugh being the coach, we know they're not going to score a lot of points. They're going to run the ball. Pittsburgh's offense has showed you that they're not going to score a lot of points. They're going to run the ball and play defense. I like the under in this spot. I think it's 36.5 or 37. I'd take the under in this game, and line sits at 1.5 Pittsburgh. I like Pittsburgh to win the game, but I really like the under. I'd stay away from the game totally here.
Agreed. Love the under here.
Yes, I concur.
Agreed.
Next week, we got the Bears versus the Colts. Colts -1, over under 43.5.
Dude, give me the Colts. I don't need to see any fucking trends whatsoever. You know the only trend I need to see? There is no trend. How bad is Caleb Williams?
Oh, no.
Are you kidding me, Ed?
Pump the brakes, Rafa. I
Oh
like the
my
Bears
God.
in this game. Listen, you're the guru, and you'll have say on that. But listen, you kind of got physically punked. Not kind of. You got physically punked. Caleb Williams was pressured 81% of his dropbacks. You saw the highlights. I mean, defensive, it was like I've seen worse or better doormen in New York. I mean, they were just inviting to crush that kid. It was bad. They were blitzing him like crazy. But even when they weren't blitzing, the tackles were like swinging doors.
And what do you think is going to happen this weekend? What do you think is going to happen? They're going to keep blitzing him every week. The kid in that pocket, he panicked. He looked like he was freaking out.
You got a game plan for blitzing. You got to draw. You have to put screens in.
Those coaches are no good.
If you can't stop the pass rush, you got to game plan it to where you slow guys down because they think screens are coming or draws are coming. And did I not in the group chat? I'm like, run some screens, run some draws, help the kid out. But he was under fire. I'm not giving up on Caleb yet. Listen, it looked really bad. But I just wanted to come in and defend him. Go ahead, Rafa.
No, I can't defend him because he's a rookie quarterback. Rookie quarterbacks are going to go through it. We've saw it with everyone. Peyton Manning, so on. The list is endless of rookie quarterbacks that struggle. Very few exceptions. Ben Roethlisberger, he was put in a perfect spot. They ran the ball. He threw the ball 16 times. C.J. Stroud, phenomenal last year.
Yeah.
Caleb is not that. They've surrounded him with great weapons. His O-line can't block for shit. And they see that you can blitz him all game long and he will panic. So if you, I think he's got to prove something. Show me something. And until he can show that he can beat the blitz, that the coaching staff can figure it out. And they can't figure it out, obviously. That's the issue. The coaching staff isn't good enough to figure it out in 1 week. That's why I like the Colts.
I mean, where's Swift? Where the hell is Swift? Talking about maybe the most talented running back coming out of college, and DeAndre Swift continues to underwhelm everybody, but they're not giving him a chance either. Like, dude, what's the best friend to a rookie quarterback is a good running game, and they have zero running game. It doesn't help that Keenan Allen, big shock on the fucking sideline. I mean, who saw that coming? So I'm not putting it all. My point is I'm not putting it all on Caleb. I still think he could be good there, but coaching has to figure it out. DeAndre Swift has to get the ball. Keenan Allen, I don't know, get a leg transplant. I don't know. Do something.
Zach, I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Zach asked, "Are you allowed to smoke in the house?"
But I'm not in my house. I'm in the back. I'm in a back room that I built for fucking smoking.
Yes, a 2,000 square foot studio.
It's not that fun.
Golf simulator. He has a cold tub. Yes, yes.
He actually has a screen for each game on the NFL. So
there's a little casino. There's like a little Asian woman with a mask on who's doing this. Yeah,
personal blackjack dealer.
Blackjack dealer. It's hooked up, man. It's hooked up.
It's not none of that, but I can smoke in here.
All right, next we got the Texans at the Vikings. Texans favored by 2.
Interesting game.
Over under 46.5.
Man.
Yes. Redemption song. These songs of freedom. Because all I ever had was Sam Darnold. Yeah, baby. I told you guys.
He was my comeback player of the year nominee.
Did you bet it?
He was what?
He was my comeback player of the year nominee.
Is that in the records? Is that
it's on video.
Ooh,
I said if you want some value, Sam Darnold's right there.
Dude, it had to be plus 10,000.
Yeah, it was.
Good guess. Good guess. Who knew, man? But that there's a case of a good offensive coach putting guys in position, I believe. I like.
Is Justin Jefferson playing this week?
He should. He's day-to-day.
They're saying it's a very strong probability. He's not even walking onto practice fields, and it was like a contusion, right? Thigh contusion. Hurt a lot. He's getting treatment. There's someone rubbing on that dude more than Deshaun Watson had fucking massages in freaking in Houston. So they're gonna take care of his ass, and I think he'll be playing.
Yeah, he should play.
Yeah. This is gonna be a good game.
A great game. I kind of like the Vikings here in the spot.
I don't know about that. I'm not picking a side here. I'd like the over though in this game.
Oh,
I mean,
46.
On turf, fucking guys flying around.
Yeah,
inside. I mean, fuck, you have very capable offenses.
Yeah,
so
Houston's
defense, by the way, first game gave up 27 on the road to the Colts. So, and that pressed the over. So, and keep an eye on the over in this game here. So,
yeah. But yeah, I mean, even Stephon Diggs, is everyone healthy on that in that receiver room in Houston? Yeah. Is there people that are banged up?
Nico Collins got moved to questionable, but I'm pretty sure he'll play today.
Okay,
it's Wednesday. A lot of people get moved to questionable if they take a rest day on Wednesday.
I mean, when are people going to start giving Nico Collins some roses, man?
Please don't keep him under the radar for my fantasy team.
What a fucking monster,
dude! He looks so good, and he's backing it up. I think he's number one. He's number one option on that team.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Number one option on that team. And
we'll wait till week 8 till Stephon Diggs implodes.
You're right.
All right.
No, that's I would take the under on that.
Rick Flores says, "What's up?" He says he loves the new look. Sorry, I'm late. Too many cookies. Took a nap.
Come on, man. What's up, tricksters? Loyal follower and friend of the show. Yeah, go get some milk and some grandma cookies. Sit down. CJ's here. See, he's somewhere right there. So
yeah, he's working behind the screen.
or under this? I mean, are you guys in the same room?
Is he under that table? Giggity.
The bed isn't where the magic happens. It's underneath the desk is where the magic happens.
They're going full Diddy in that motherfucker. Is there any more baby oil left after
No.
that, man?
He took it all.
Why would you come back to the United States of America if you were Diddy? I mean, that's a whole nother show.
That's a whole nother show.
That's a whole nother show. What's
next game?
You gotta please fucking clip these comments that are coming in hot.
Diddy's.
Is that a staged bed at Cole's for
It's just a 2x4. Yes, 100%. Yes, 100%. How tall is that fucking thing?
It's custom made for me.
Oof.
Oh my god! You know these motherfuckers make too much money.
Will Hanley says, "Not surprised Sam Darnold is playing well. That's what happens when you get to sit behind an elite quarterback like Purdy."
Look at Will Hanley.
By the way, Will, this Vato over here on the other side of the screen tried to beat me with Purdy. We played each other in fantasy. The audacity to start Purdy against Calamari is just it didn't go well.
Oh no, trust me, I would have drafted Kyler Murray 100 times. In my other league, I have Kyler Murray. You know how I felt about Arizona. I said it on this podcast before the season that Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. were going to have a phenomenal year. Yeah. Don't get it twisted. Which you picked them both up in fantasy.
You know what would be my biggest nightmare is that, I don't see the 49ers and hopefully Mr. Brock Purdy takes a little bit. I feel like he's a humble guy. He's grounded. He's a Christian dude. I've seen him in podcasts. Good person. I hope that his agent isn't be like, you deserve $60 million a year. You deserve. I hope he understands that he's in an amazing situation with a great offensive mind, with great players. I would hope that Brock Purdy would say, I will take a extremely team-friendly deal.
Why?
Because we've seen what he is without 11 All-Pros surrounding him. That's why.
On the road against a team who's 2-0. Okay. And
they're not 2-0. They only lost to the 4.
What are you, Brett Favre, fucking with Donald Driver's money? Don't mess with people's money, man. Let him get his money. Everybody's getting his money. Get your money, Brock Purdy, when you can get it, baby.
Well, I didn't finish my thought. My nightmare would be if the Raiders fucking paid him $60 million.
You'd fucking love it.
Oh,
you'd love it.
No,
you'd
love
I
would
it.
Not. And Will knows as well that I have seen this coming for a while, and I do not think. What do you think, Rafa? If he struggles, I mean, obviously he's your guy.
There's no doubt about it.
But are we getting exposed a little? Maybe sort of.
Guys, it's 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks into the season. And this week he's gonna listen. This is how much Vegas thinks. This is how good Vegas thinks he is. He's a 7.5 point favorite this week with no Debo, no CMC. Okay, yeah, those are his two main weapons on offense. Ayuk has been shit so far, and he's still a 7.5 point favorite on the road.
Yeah, because they're playing Golden Valley and Plum Canyon.
At SoFi?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Let's get on to the next game, Eddie Money. What else you got?
Real quick, Ebek also said my bet is 9 feet tall. Zach asks, is Dak still a top 5 quarterback?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. That game wasn't Dak's fault. I mean, literally, I watched the first half, the replay of the first half. The Saints got the ball, go down and score. Dak gets the ball back. They get 3 points. The Saints go back down and score again. Dak gets the ball back. They get another field goal. Saints go down and score again. You're down 21-6. Then you're down 21-13, 27-13, 28-13, whatever it was. The defense didn't make a stop until the fourth quarter with like 8 minutes to go.
Yeah.
That's not Dak's fault. Dak's fault was Green Bay game last year at the beginning in the playoffs. Like Dak had an ugly pick six and blah, blah.
San Francisco, he had some bad picks.
San Francisco game, and that game was still close. But this game against the Saints, it had nothing to do with Dak more than it had to do with their defense. Like their defense was just completely exposed. I mean, it was atrocious.
Have we sort of adjusted the scales on your positivity on Cowboys making the playoffs?
Oh no, 100%. They're still making the playoffs. I mean, they're probably going to lose this weekend, and I will be there. And I think they lose this weekend.
Oh, Eddie, look it up. 0-3 teams that go 0-3. The probability.
Well, Dallas is 1-1, so they will not be 0-3 this weekend. They will be 1-2. That's right. But the Eagles, the division isn't any good. You have the Giants at 1-1. The Eagles are 1-1. The Redskins are 0-2. So Ebuck will be at that game with me. He says the Cowboys are going to win this week. Lamar doesn't lose to NFC teams. That there's a reason that man is -1 this weekend. But we will see. It should be a great fucking awesome game. So
defense is their issue, not running game, not.
That running game is 100% their issue. They can't run the ball for shit.
Yeah.
I thought they would go out, and I told my buddy last week, I think they will go out and get a running back like Algier from Atlanta, a guy like that who can be a starter in the league. He's not a great running back, but I think it would be a great trade if they got Algier, who can play the position.
I saw possible Kareem Hunt, maybe to the Chiefs, maybe to Cowboys.
Yeah, the Chiefs made a comment on that today.
Yeah.
I think he might go to the practice squad, but that guy's washed.
Well, we'll see. According to the Chiefs, he's a better human than he was in 2018.
I would hope so.
I would definitely hope so.
But
next game we got Giants at the Browns. Browns -6.5. Over under 38.5. Another shit show.
Give me the fucking Browns. -6.5. Give me the Browns. Browns looked good last week on the road. I mean, it wasn't, they scored 18 points, but they did enough to win on the road. They were underdogs. Browns at home this week. That defense is really good at home. They weren't good in week one. They played the Cowboys. The offense left them in some bad spots. I think the defense gets back to what they were last year this week at home, and they shut them down. And I can see them, that defense maybe allowing under 10 points and Cleveland winning something like 24-10 or something like that.
I know that a ton of people have lost in their suicide pools, survivor pools, whatever you want to call it. Obviously, it was Bengals, Patriots. Everyone had the Ravens beating. And I saw someone that made a lot of sense, that they said if you're still in that survivor/suicide pool, that Browns is the pick, because this will be the only time that you could pick Deshaun Watson to probably win a game. I like that pick. I like the Browns as well, Rafa.
I like the Browns here in this spot, -6.5. Get it early, because that line might go to 7 before the game starts.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't hear you, Eddie Money.
I can't hear you, Eddie Money.
My bad.
Unmute. There you go.
Eagles versus Saints. Saints -2.5. Over under 49.5.
Man, how disappointing were the Eagles on Monday night? I mean, Kirk Cousins, all of a sudden, big game Kirk Cousins, all of a sudden on a primetime game, put a drive together. And the Eagles defense was so soft on that last drive. I think both defenses were soft if you watch them. The Falcons had five guys on the D-line and rushed 3. Jalen Hurts had a ton of time to throw in that game. And the Eagles returned the favor to Kirk Cousins on the final drive. Kirk Cousins is great there.
Yeah. Can I put it on both coaching staffs? One, you can't pass the ball in that situation where Saquon run the ball there. Only something bad could happen if you pass the ball there. So as easy as a play it was, and how Saquon, obviously it hit his hands, I still don't blame him, man. You must run the ball there. The only chance that the Falcons had was the incomplete pass or a fumble. And then if you look at the other end, you have a 40 or 39-year-old quarterback coming off an Achilles, and you drop back in a cover zone and don't put pressure on him. I am putting on both that game on the coaches and the coaching staffs and the decisions they made in that fourth quarter. I mean, when you say coaching is trash all the time, Rafa, I couldn't believe what I was watching.
Yeah, I think here a lot. And see that they put out that thing on Instagram. A bunch of guys put it up where the touchdown passes before that Monday night game were only 66, 20 down from last year in the first 2 weeks. Dude, I blame it a lot on the coaching. Like, we're giving these guys jobs, first-year head coaches. We're giving these guys coordinator jobs and blah blah based on what they're doing on these monster teams, right? Like, he was the defensive coordinator of the Niners. Let's give him a job. DeMeco Ryans doing a phenomenal job, but Salah's shit, right? So, offensive coordinator for the Bengals. Let me give him a fucking job. This, da. And you're giving all these guys jobs, and we're getting less scoring. The timeouts being used, the clock management is terrible. It's just a shit show. The play calling there, and I know why they did that. They took that play there to throw to Saquon, because that play earlier led to he was short at the one. It was wide open. They ran it like 3 times before that play there. But if you run the ball, the Falcons get the ball back with under 40 seconds, with no timeouts, obviously. And if you run the ball and you get 2 yards, you know what you're doing. You're tush pushing all the way to a first down, and the game's over.
No, you take a knee. You don't even have to score.
Well, yeah, you're right. If they get a first down, the game's over. You're right.
It's over.
Well, I'm saying if they would have got 2 yards, they were 3rd and 3. If they got 2 yards, they go 4th and 1. They just tush push, game's over. Right? Yeah. So, by the way, to keep in mind, Eagles going on the road to New Orleans, Eagles are 1-8 in the last 9 against the spread, and the under last 5 games 5-0 on the road for the Eagles. So last 5 games on the road, 5-0 to the under. But the Saints, that offense is on fire. Obviously, we know what the Eagles can do. Big number though, 49.5.
Is AJ Brown must be playing then, right?
AJ Brown is doubtful. He's doubtful, which I think he's going to be out. He's going to be out at least this week, and I think next week.
That's such a huge piece of that offense.
By the way, real quick, Uncle Zero, the couple questions you asked, we'll get to those when we get to that segment. Sorry, we didn't want to throw in baseball or college while we're doing the NFL.
Hang around, heck.
Hang around. We'll get to those.
Next game though, we got Broncos versus the Bucks. Bucks minus 6.5, over under 40.
Dude, give me the Bucks every week. Give me every team against the Broncos every week. Like literally 0-2 against the spread. They're a joke. Like, I mean, Bo Nix looks just as bad. Does Bo Nix look as bad as Caleb Williams? No, but he looks the worst.
Can I say that I was fooled in preseason? I was fooled, man.
You were.
He looked like Marcus Mariota senior year in preseason. That's how good he looked in preseason.
Dude, he's looked so bad, and they're going on the road to Tampa. We'll see how it goes, but give me Tampa Bay minus 6.5. Big win, by the way, for Tampa last week on the road in Detroit. But they're an experienced team. That's a young team. That's different. You got an experienced quarterback, receivers, coach, everything. I think that team, Eddie has them to winning the NFC South, and I can't disagree with him there. But I think Tampa Bay minus 6.5. I think it's a great spot. Throw them in your parlay. Throw them in your teaser. Get them down to a half. But I like them straight up. The Bucks minus 6.5 here. Denver. Give me anything against Denver every week.
Can we just put a gold jacket on Mike Evans right now?
Oh, he deserves first ballot as well. And it's hard for receivers to get in first ballot. That man deserves first ballot.
Yes, he does.
First
No doubt about it. Mike Evans, are you serious?
Oh, God, yes. How many?
Come on.
Does he have 10 years with 1,000 yards at this point, or something crazy like that?
Bro, he's phenomenal. And he had to play with
he's great.
He had to play with fucking Jameis Winston. But
Jameis aired it out.
Yeah, he aired it out to both fucking teams.
Exactly.
He threw 30. How many picks?
30. Motherfuckers are first 30. And we're watching 50-50 here on Ohtani. We had a 30-30 guy in the NFL.
Yeah.
Nobody even first ever.
No one knew that was a goal of anybody.
Yeah.
You make sense. That's my pick, by the way. Go Bucks.
That was a great pick, E-Buck, for sure.
Nice, E-Buck.
If you want to know what Rafa's betting, bet against Caleb Williams and Bo Nix.
Damn right. Until the rookies can show something.
Next, we got the Packers versus the Titans. Titans minus 1.5, over under 38. This line started at 3.5, and then Jordan Love he turned from doubtful to questionable, so it moved the line to 1.5.
He showed up to practice.
Yeah,
he practiced today.
Practice.
Yeah, Jordan Love practiced today. They said he looked good. He's more towards the probable side of the questionable tag. So, but we'll see. Maybe they don't throw him back out there, but they did get that win last week that they really needed.
Great win.
Yeah, great win. Tennessee's blown games here. Will Levis he's playing like a rookie, and he's a second-year quarterback.
My wife said it. He's with the Toxica. He's with
in
the
love.
Toxica, man.
He's in love with a toxic chick, I guess, is the rumor there with Will Levis.
Yeah. Bachelorette or Bachelor in Paradise, whatever she is, Toxica.
Toxica, Eddie says. I stay away from this game. Watch out with the Titans. But if Jordan Love's playing and he's a go, I definitely take Green Bay in this spot.
Yeah.
Can we, without just last thoughts on this game, LaFleur, when they took the Liberty quarterback and brought him to Green Bay, I was like, what the F are you thinking? And for him to start him and win a game, coaching. LaFleur is a great. He'll
100%.
He will never not be a great coach in my mind. That he won an NFL football game with
Malik Willis.
Malik Willis from Liberty.
Now, to defend Malik Willis, and I don't, because I watched him lose a game, last game of the season to the Titans to get into the playoffs a couple years ago. He was a rookie, but he did play very well against the Chiefs a couple years back. But
dude, he's never thrown for a touchdown in his career.
No, he has not. But LaFleur is a hell of a coach. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a little lion beard in honor of LaFleur and get a little tiny skinny beard.
Yeah.
As long as we get a skinny something.
Now we got me and Eddie's game of the week. Panthers versus Raiders. Raiders minus 5, over under 40.
Now this game opened at 7. Actually opened at 7.5. Went down to 7. Now it's down to 5. It was 5.5. Now down to 5. Dalton's playing. Lions
Red Rifle.
I like the Raiders. I just think that Panthers team is. But I wouldn't bet either side. I would bet the under though. I would bet the under 40 here. The Raiders like to play defense and slow everybody down, and they're going to slow down the game. And what are the Panthers going to do? Dalton's not going out there to throw it all over the field.
No.
So,
and I'll tell you this. This might be the first time since Allegiant has opened that it'll be 90-10, 80-20 Raiders versus, Carolina Panther, because first of all, they have no fan base. They can bang the drum all they want, but it's not going to be a ton of Carolina Panther fans there. And the frenzy that is Raider fan after that win, that place is going to be nuts. And so I don't have a lot to say about it. I'm scared. I would have much rather had Bryce Young start this game. I think it's a good move by them, by the way. And let's get into a little bit. We're talking about it a pregame. They made the move Canales said that that Andy Dalton gives them the best chance to win this game, which I agree. And you know, I heard a stat that, you know, obviously that roster is not very good. But that being said, the O-line is not that bad. And Bryce Young was the least pressured quarterback in the entire league last week. Out of 29 dropbacks, he only had 4 pressures. And we all saw how bad he was. So whether he's seeing ghosts, obviously he's lost his confidence. But like I said, I would much rather have seen Bryce in this spot because Max, you know, if he thought Minshew was a little boy, Bryce Young is the little boy.
Zach said that Dalton's gonna go Baker Mayfield on us.
I'm nervous, man.
Zach's referring to Baker Mayfield last year
On the Rams.
beating the Raiders on Thursday night.
Yeah. Showing up like on a plane in the second quarter.
Beating the Raiders.
That's how late he showed up.
This is a game. This is a game, in my opinion, for the Raiders, where you can't sleep on this game. You had a huge win last week. You need to go out there and absolutely annihilate this team, and kind of, you know, cement yourself as, you know, one of the 2 or 3 best teams in the AFC West, right? Well, you are one of the 3 best teams. There's Denver in there, but cement yourself as the second best team in that division, and don't come out there and have a lollygag performance against a bad team. You need to go out there and dominate and build off of that Ravens win. If you don't play a good game here and you win the game by 3, you barely squeak it out, or I don't think it's great for the locker room. I think you need to absolutely annihilate this team.
You know what the mistake is, Rafa? And I'm hoping they don't fall into this trap. Antonio Pierce wants to be tough. We want Raider toughness. The Raiders don't run the ball well. This is how they lose this game, or can lose this game, if they become just ignorant and say, we're going to run the ball no matter what, how bad we are. I think Madison, the ex running back for the Vikings, you said he's having a kid this week. He might not be at the game. I don't know. Something's going on with him. But they can't run the ball. Raiders cannot run the ball. And Minshew has, I think, the highest completion percentage. He has the most completions. Play to your strengths, Raiders. If we can't run the ball, let's figure it out. But like Rafa said, this is a game where you got to come out and just step on the throttle. Devontae should have 14 catches, 3 touchdowns. Brock Bowers should Brock Bowers looks amazing. Kudos to me for drafting Brock Bowers.
A pick that none of you guys, you didn't like the pick, by the way.
Yeah, I wanted Penix.
Yeah, you didn't.
I didn't.
You didn't like the pick, but any weapon that, and by the way, if you look at the stats for NFL quarterbacks the first 2 weeks, Gardner Minshew and Derek Carr are the 2 in the league for the first 2 weeks, pretty much, which is insane.
Something about that Raiders facility, man. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what it is. Let's get on to the next one.
On to the next one.
Would you blue chip the under in this game?
Yes. So the last 5 games for the Raiders against the NFC have gone under. And I think also, by the way, take a look at the Raiders here. You know, Carolina's terrible. I think they're like 1-9 in their last 10 against the spread. They're 0-5 in their last 5 against the AFC against the spread. So everything points to the Raiders here. Carolina can't really score. So I'd take the under. I'll blue chip the under, and I'll take the Raiders as well, minus the 5.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that scares the dog shit out of me, Rafa.
Let's go Raiders.
Hey, Rafa had a good track record with us last year.
He did.
But moving on to the next game, we got Dolphins versus the Seahawks. Seahawks minus 4.5. Over under 41.5.
You know how I feel about Seattle.
This is Rafa's favorite city and most hated city.
100%.
Literally opposite ends of the country.
Spectrum, yeah.
This line, by the way, opened at 5.5 down to 4.5 now. With Miami. So the sharps favoring the Dolphins here. Early line movement from 5.5 to 4.5. So both teams, Miami doesn't have who's playing quarterback for Miami this weekend.
Should be Skylar Thompson, no?
Right,
Yeah.
or from here on out. Tyreek Hill drama last week. That was kind of an easy way to go with the Bills last week. But they got 10 days or 9 days to prepare for this game. So
yeah.
I'd take a look at Miami maybe in a teaser, maybe buy them up to 10.5. Seattle hasn't looked that impressive. It hasn't looked really impressive. They played Denver and on the road at New England. So they haven't really played anybody. Miami hasn't looked great. Barely squeaking out that win, and they've scored 30 points in 2 games, and that was with their starting quarterback. So now on the road, we'll see how they do.
Tough place to play.
Tough place to play for sure, and it's an ugly, fucking disgusting city.
Sad place to play.
Sad
Emerald
place.
City, man.
It's Emerald. Don't shine. I don't know. This is the worst stone. The worst stone in the world. Fuck it. So give me the Dolphins plus 4.5. Not a blue chip, but if I'm betting the Dolphins. Not betting this game at all.
I saw something real quick, Rafa. This is, they say that the probabilities of Bryce Young getting traded are very high. I think they have lost confidence.
I heard today that they didn't want to trade Bryce Young.
Well, I heard different, but if you were Miami, because I've seen Skylar Thompson play, and
no, that's no good.
It wasn't. He had some struggles on some 5-yard outs.
But Miami, there's so many options you can go out and try and get.
Like who?
Any type of bet.
No, there's any guy. There's a bunch of guys better than you. Can trade for Joe Flacco. It's better than him. You can trade. You can go out and try and get Ryan Tannehill off his couch. Is better than him. Jimmy Garoppolo is better than this guy they're playing.
Ooh.
I mean, there's options out there. And Jimmy G's played with McDaniels when McDaniels was in San Francisco. You can go out and get these guys.
Bring back Tannehill.
Bring back Tannehill. Tannehill's sitting down on his couch. And how much is he going to throw? You need a guy who can throw the ball with all these receivers. Tannehill's never had that amount of weapons. Jimmy G, he can throw the ball to those guys. Joe Flacco, he proved to you last year he can still play. So, if you make a move for that guy, especially if you lose this weekend, I think Miami loses this weekend, you need to make a move ASAP. You're going to sit at 1-2. The Jets more than likely will sit at 2-1. But even if they sit at 1-2, then you have the Patriots at 2-1. Bills are undefeated. They got a gimme game this weekend, Monday night, I think, as well. So, you cannot. You can't. If you lose this game, you have to make a move for a quarterback ASAP. You can't wait to the bye week. You can't make Tua. Looking at Tua, he's on IR. When is he going to come back? His family's got to be telling him
he should never come back.
You got to consider not coming back. You got to consider maybe sitting out an entire year and seeing how these concussions, because it's not only playing football at the end of the day. Bro, you're gonna have kids and grandkids and life. There's a whole life outside of this thing. So Tua needs to consider that.
Retired early.
Right. And there's been a bunch of guys that we've seen retire early because of this issue. So, and Tua, he's made some money. And for most people,
a lot of money.
That's life-changing money. So you got to give back a little bit of the $200 million or whatever. I don't know how all of that works exactly. But so you have to look for – you can't throw away the season with all the talent you have on offense. You can't throw it away. And you just paid Jalen Ramsey and blah, blah, and so on. You can't throw this team away just like that after 3 weeks. If you lose this week and he plays really bad, you need to consider going out and getting a quarterback and whatever guy it is to fill in the spot. And then next year we can figure it out.
Yeah.
Good call.
Next game, we got Lions -3 versus the Cardinals over under 51.5.
I love this game, Rafa.
Me too, man. I'm torn with this game.
This is gonna be a great game.
I think it's be a shootout, right?
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
That's why I'm anticipating.
Yeah, I like the over in this game. 51.5 is a lot of points. Give me a 31-28 game, either which way. I like the over. We're blue chip the over in this one. This should have a ton of points. Kyler Murray's looked impressive. Both games, they've scored over 28 both weeks. By the way, in the first game, Marvin didn't do shit. So you saw what Marvin could do last week.
He only had 4 catches last week, by the way, and still had
but 130 yards.
Oh yeah,
touchdowns.
Yeah. So they've looked they've looked good so far in the first. The offenses look great in the first 2 weeks. So I mean, they've put up whatever almost 70 points in the 2 games. Yeah, so I like a shootout in this game, and I think Detroit's offense got to get going. Like they have to get going, and I think this is a week where they can, they can put up 4 touchdowns on offense and say, "Hey, look at us."
To me, if I'm Dan Campbell, and everyone knows I love me some Dan Campbell, I am going TOP on this game, man. I am going time of possession. I am not wanting to see, because Hutchinson's great. The defense has improved, but Kyler, these first 2 weeks, I wouldn't even call a play, man. I'd be like, Kyler, just go out there, draw some shit in the fucking turf. He's a cheat code. He's a cheat code. So if I'm Dan Campbell, if I'm the Lions, and I have that awesome offensive line, I am running the ball till the ends of the earth, and that's how I would do it.
Solid.
We'll see.
We'll
What do you
see.
think, Eddie Money?
Another good game with Marvin Harrison Jr. coming, I feel.
All right.
And then I'd say this is probably the game of the week for everybody. Ravens -1 at the Cowboys, over under 48.5.
Oh, we'll be there for this one.
Nice.
We're going to be there for this one. Ebuck and I, Ralphie, and my buddy Mike from Dallas, we're going to be there. I like the Ravens, man. Ravens against the NFC. I think the only thing I don't like about the Ravens, I don't like the offensive coordinator. I don't like the offensive coordinator. I think there's no way that Lamar, last week, I think Lamar had 35 pass attempts. I think it was. Might have even been more than that. Why is he throwing the ball? You were up 16-6. Run the ball. Give the ball to Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry has to the running backs, whether it's Derrick Henry, whoever it is, the running backs have to touch the ball 25 plus times. Lamar's got to have 8 to 12 rushes for you to be a dominant team on offense. That's the bottom line. Zay Flowers, Jason Bateman, blah, 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 likely all that. That doesn't matter. The reason that man is the MVP is because he can run the ball and occasionally throw the ball. You saw what he did against the Chiefs in that playoff game. It was atrocious. You were in the game. You didn't run the ball. That's all on the offensive coordinator. But it's the NFC. We know how good Lamar and the Ravens are against the NFC. Give me the Ravens -1. I'm blue chip in that game.
Woo!
Against the Cowboys.
Ding a ding a ding a ding a ding. That's a great game. Will the real Ravens or the real Cowboys stand up?
Somebody.
That's the thing. I mean, the Ravens haven't been bad. I agree with you, Rafa. I forget, it's not Phil, but I forget the offensive coordinator. He was
the offensive coordinator at Georgia.
Yeah. I don't understand it. I really don't. But I can't wait. Is that that's not a 10 o'clock or a morning game?
No,
right?
it's
a 1 p.m.
3:25 start in Dallas.
I don't get it. That should be a night
1:25
game.
start. Well, that should be a Sunday night game, but
yeah, they should have flexed the shit out of that.
Yeah, we could have played another round of golf in the morning if they would have.
Lamar Jackson, by the way, he is 20-3 against the NFC in his career.
I knew it was something crazy.
He's phenomenal.
All right, next game also should be interesting. 49ers -7 versus the Rams, over under 44.5. Let's bring in our resident 49er.
There he is. Bang,
He's
bang.
got all the Niner gangbang in the background.
You should, CJ sort of looks like the Oakland rapper.
E40.
You should have dressed. You should have dressed him up with the beanie and the Niner shit.
I think that's Eddie's third racial remark today.
Do you not see it? E40? I think he'd get away with it.
Yeah, he's not tall enough. Not tall enough. And E40's shade of blackness.
Here we go.
His skin tone is lighter than CJ's.
Oh, here we go. I'm about to look this up.
Look it up. You're the one who gave me a fucking class on fucking skin tones of black people. And E40, I think, is a one lighter shade than you. So it's like, I don't know how they do it on Madden anymore.
Hell no.
He's not lighter than you?
No, brother. He might be.
Yeah, he's 100% lighter than you, bro.
No,
are you?
Is.
He's a lighter.
You guys don't see it with the glasses? Come on, man. Hey, I'm telling you, I called the beanie too. We roll up a beanie.
Oh,
yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. I just say we have E40 on our show and just fuck it till someone calls us out. That's not E40. How do you know?
Oh,
So
gosh.
what do you got for us, Iche, on this Niner?
Don't. Hey, watch yourself. Watch yourself. Man,
Iche.
Iche is crazy. We don't lose to the Rams much historically in the past recent years. We've done very well against them, but Brock Purdy did not look good. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say he looked good, but he didn't look terrible. He did not look terrible. The man was 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and yes, he didn't have his weapons around him, but that's what we got those weapons for. Like, we got those weapons so we could put Brock Purdy in a good situation. So when he doesn't have those weapons, yes, we're not going to expect to win the game. We're not going to dominate. But that's the 49er curse, man. So I think I don't like the 7. I think I'm going to go Rams plus the 7, but I do think we win.
Yeah, the 7's too much here. It was 7.5. It's down to 7. I think it's
Yeah.
a shit ton of points. The Rams looked terrible last week on the road. They're missing Lyman, no Cooper Kupp, no Puka. The Rams have a chance here. If they lose this game, we'll start 0-3. And Eddie tried to mention earlier that 0-3 teams don't make the playoffs.
Yeah, it's like the hardest thing ever.
The battle of the
It's very-
brokens.
And,
yeah,
and let's not
statistically, it's almost impossible.
let's not forget that SoFi will be painted, red and gold this week.
Well, the Niners have dominated this series, right?
Yes.
yeah.
8-2
but
last 10.
Also, in Los Angeles, there is a shit ton of 49er fans. And it'll be a home game. It'll be a home game for the Niners.
Oh yeah, you know that clip of McCaffrey running down the sideline and he like stops his knee. The whole background is just red.
Oh, and it's going to be like that this week. It's going to be like that this week.
By the way, the Niners in this series 7-2 the last 9 against the spread against the Rams.
Yeah.
But in the Niners' last 6 games overall, they're 1-5 against the spread. So that will be something to see. I think the money is going to be on the Rams in this game because of the 7 and all the injuries to the Niners. So we'll see. I think with CJ as well. I think the Niners win this game. It's just I don't think it's going to be pretty.
Can I bring up something? It's in the comments. It's kind of off topic, but did y'all see them put Bud Crawford as Lamar, as Kendrick Lamar during the Sphere?
Yes,
funny as fuck.
Oh my gosh! I looked at the screen and I believed it at first. I believed it's like the first 5 seconds, and I was like, "Hold the fuck on! It's not Kendrick."
Even I saw right away. I was like, "Huh?" But
yeah,
I mean, Hawk said they did that shit on purpose to get something going. Do you believe that?
I think they fucked up because
Daniel Cormier came out today and said that the producer was crying in tears to Dana because Dana ripped him. He came out today and said that on his podcast.
Oh, so it wasn't. Yeah,
it was a mistake. It was a mistake. And to do that to Bud Crawford is one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world.
Period.
And a Vegas staple.
Yes.
Because there was no more like celebrity introductions after that. Once they fucked that up, there was no more subtitles.
No more. That's it, right?
Dude, anything with Kendrick Lamar, I feel like you have to look past what you visually see. Like there's always subliminal bullshit. Like, who did he pay? Like everything is a fucking secret and Illuminati. And why is he doing this? That's why when they said it, I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good call, CJ.
But now headed into Sunday Night Football, we got the Chiefs versus Mr. Holmes Falcons over under 46.5. Chiefs minus 3.5.
I don't even know what to think here.
Can Big Kirko do it on back-to-back prime times?
Kirko?
Big Kirko is going to go back to his regular fucking on prime time this weekend. He's playing the Chiefs. He's playing Eddie's boy, Chris Jones. Chris Jones is going to be in that ass all night long. All night. All night long. The big win for the Falcons, that's not what Kirk Cousins does. So give me the Chiefs to win the game outright. I don't know about the 3.5, but Chiefs winning this game. Chiefs going to go undefeated for a minute.
Dude, I think Jesse Bates might have something to say with that shit, man. Jesse Bates is a dog. I'm calling. What's the over-under on Jesse Bates picks And I'm taking the fucking over, man.
Are you kidding?
I'm not kidding.
The Mahomes disrespect in this fucking podcast is insane.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Listen, who's gonna run the ball for the Chiefs? Who's gonna catch the ball for the Chiefs? Travis Kelce, who you guys told me was better than the grunting, growling Shannon Sharp.
We're not gonna go there.
Oh, Travis Kelce's better than Shannon Sharp, Eddie.
No
He's
doubt
had
about it.
one fucking catch all fucking season with his stupid ass fucking haircut.
Well, he's got that stupid ass mustache, and he's pregnant, I think.
I told you not to draft him. I told you not to draft him.
I was on auto pick, so I mean, what am I gonna do?
But listen, I love Chris Jones, but the Falcons ran the ball on a pretty decent defense. They have two backs. Algiers is good.
Algiers good. Don't give credit to the Eagles defense. That defense is no good. That defense has got names. They've got one player out there. Graham is okay, and Carter. That's it. Everyone else is a name from Georgia, and that's about it. That's it. They're a fucking they're an NCAA team, is what they are on defense. So I'm not giving any credit to the Eagles defense. Period.
Well,
none.
If the Chiefs do win this game, it's gonna have to be on Mahomes' right arm.
Isn't it always?
No, it's been on their fucking defense all last year.
Until when? Until when? Until the calendar turned to the middle of January. And then Mahomes just came out and dropped his, how do you say it? His putzo? Right on the shit. Yeah, just right on the forehead of everybody. Oh, man. Will Hanley, shout out to Cooper DeJean.
Yeah, he got in there, man. Breaking the color barrier. What? Yeah. Dude, he's a first-round pick, is he not? Why isn't he playing more? Like, he got in late in the game. Like, you drafted him for a reason. It doesn't show me a lot of confidence. If you're taking a cornerback in the first 3 rounds,
and white,
he's usually a starter for you, is he not?
He's white though, Ed, and he broke his leg, so let's not forget that.
That adds to his point. If you're drafting him, he's white. He better start.
Right, 100%. But we still credit White. Relax. He's our Jackie Robinson. DJ, fuck.
Relax.
Unbelievable.
And then heading into our doubleheader for Monday Night Football. To start off, we got Jaguars versus the Bills. Bills -5. Over under 45.5.
Oh, did you guys all lose everybody, or was it just me?
We lost you for a second.
Oh,
you're freezing up a little bit.
You're good. He's good. He should be good now.
All right. Sorry. Bills -5. Tough line. 5. Stay away. But the Bills should be phenomenal. Come on, baby.
Big shout out to DeMar Hamlin, who
almost
didn't
died.
Get a lot of. He's playing football. He's playing really well.
He had like 10 tackles last week.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it, because I thought keeping him around was just sort of like a novelty thing. Like, hey, here's our guy. He almost died in front of the whole country, and that's why. But
he's like a token.
Yeah, but he's playing well. That's what I'm giving him his props. Like, who knew? He's very resilient in life, and he can play safety. So,
Trevor Lawrence is who I thought he was. Just letting you know.
Second highest paid quarterback in the NFL.
He's trash.
Man
is trash. Trash.
Listen, I love Travis Etienne. I think he's a special running back. I think they need to rely way more on him. When I see him play, he has that burst that looks a little different. Like, there's some great running backs. I think he's elite. I think he's an elite running back. And Brian Thompson, baby, started him last week. He might be the best receiver right now. Other than, listen, and let's not get this twisted, the best performing receiver that come out of the draft right now is Brock Bowers.
Well, he's a tight end, so
it's also week 2, Eddie.
It's week 2. Let's relax here, guys.
Let's relax a little bit.
That's why I can drop my puto on you guys. If I can't give these stats now, when am I going to give them? Come on, man.
Touche.
But
yes.
What did he have? Brian Thompson. Everyone said sleeper, watch out. Obviously Malik Neighbors doesn't have the best quarterback.
Great game though. Great game.
Yeah, but I think Brian Thompson's going to be a weapon in Jacksonville.
He should be their best receiver.
Yeah.
And then the second Monday Night Football, we got the Redskins versus the Bengals. Bengals minus 7.5 over under 47.
This is week 3. This is when the Bengals start to shine. This is when Joe Burrow gets his head out of his ass. And because we know how bad he is the first 2 weeks. Bengals minus 7.5. Blue chip that. Start your week off with a winner. The Bengals are absolutely going to destroy these guys. They are going to destroy them.
Really?
So I think so. I think so. I think
no love for my boy?
For Jalen?
Jaden.
Jalen's from Kansas.
No. Get it right, because one is Jacob's man crust. The other one is a skinny version of it.
Well, I was thinking Jalen Daniels from the University of Kansas. But Jaden Daniels.
I forgot about that one.
Come on, man. Come on, my guy. Oh, I think the Bengals absolutely just stomped these guys. The Bengals are bad taste in their mouth from last week. They played a hell of a game. They feel the refs fucked them. Eddie Money and I know that they didn't. But the refs feel it. Week 3, we know what the Bengals are the first 2 weeks of the season, judging to Burrow's record, obviously weeks 1 and 2. So week 3, this is where the Bengals get going. I think they absolutely win this game by 2 touchdowns at home. And they're going to make Jaden Daniels very uncomfortable back there. So give me the Bengals.
He better learn how to slide. And T. Higgins still not playing, correct? I think they really miss him.
I do not think so.
Yeah, I don't think he's playing.
Big game for Jamar Chase this week, by the way. He will have one.
Let me get him from your team before he pops off.
Nope.
Well,
right, let me run down these NFL blue chips real quick. Let me know if I missed any. So our NFL blue chips for week 3, we got Browns minus 6.5, the Chargers and Steelers under 38.5, Bucks minus 6.5, Panthers and Raiders under 40, Raiders minus 5, Lions and Cardinals over 51.5, Ravens minus 1, and the Bengals minus 7.5.
Let's do it. Let's have a good week, man. Fuck. Last week was brutal.
Dude, everyone.
Last week we ended up basically even. We were 3-4-1, and then in college we went 5-5-1. So still hanging in that 50% area.
We got to get over that. So
yeah, Vegas made some moolah last week in the NFL.
Big week. For Vegas last week.
Yeah, they're building more hotels as we speak.
The Fountain got another upgrade.
Are we gonna do some teasers and underdog parlays?
Yeah, let me give you a 3-team teaser real quick. Well, I'll give you everything on Sunday, so we don't have to go into Monday. So we'll do the Raiders +1, 6-point, 3-team 6-point teaser. 100 should pay you $180. $10 will pay you $18. We're gonna do the Raiders +1. We're gonna do the Tampa Bay Buccaneers -0.5, and the Ravens +5 in Dallas.
100 gets you
180.
Me like it.
And then you got your 2-team underdog parlay.
2-team underdog parlay. Man, I'm gonna take. Oof, this is tough. I'm gonna take. Give me the Eagles on the road underdogs, and I will take.
Say Falcons. Say Falcons.
I can't say the Falcons. Give me the Eagles and give me the Cardinals. 2-team underdog parlay. Tough, but Eagles. And trust me, I don't want to take any of them this week. But actually, you know what? No, I'm going to take the Dolphins and the Eagles. Give me the Dolphins and the Eagles, just because the Dolphins are playing in Seattle, and I hate the city more than anything.
That's very, very scientific of you, Rafael.
Really thought through that one.
Yes.
I had to go back to Seattle, man.
You put a thinking cap on that for that one.
Yeah.
Right.
Terrible.
Well, what do we got next, fellas? no more parlays. Are we gonna head into college foosball now?
We could do if you guys want to. We could still do an NFL group parlay.
Yeah, let's do
Let's
it.
do that.
Our college group parlay last week was one game off, by the way.
That was me. That was Washington, but Washington also choked that. They should have won that.
Yes.
Yeah, tell that to my bank account, Eddie Money.
Just tell them they were supposed to win. They gave you the money.
They're
back.
supposed to win. Eddie Money will tell you.
Jesus.
So, and I started off. I want to go the Buccaneers in our. I love the Bucks -6.5. That's what I want to start off with. Before any of you guys took them, that's what I wanted. Anyone else?
I got
So
the
you
Rams.
have the.
I like the Rams +7 against the Niners.
Ooh, reverse
Uh,
jinx.
I'm gonna take the Ravens -1.
And then I will go the Raiders and Panthers under 40.
All right.
Eddie
So
was about to lose his
there
mind.
it is.
I was like, don't you dare take the Raiders, you sucker.
And then that is a payout of plus 1,200.
So 100 wins you 1,200. Our two nobodies group parlay. You have the Rams +7, Ravens -1, Buccaneers -6.5, and the Raiders and Panthers under 40. 100 wins you 1,200. 12-1 odds on our two nobodies NFL group parlay.
We've
Hey,
been so.
you don't even get those odds on some side bets at the table.
There you
There
go.
you go. There you go. So close. So close.
Rick Flores says he's a fan of my 70s mustache.
Yeah. Hey, only you,
Thank you.
Rick. Trust me.
Only
that-
you.
Yes.
That
Only
bed,
you.
that bed right behind him, Rick, they don't use that shit. He ain't using that shit. He ain't using that.
No. No.
Zach says, let's get to the main event.
Yeah, Zach
Let's
is right. Rick Flores said I'm trading that Kelsey mustache.
Yes.
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 Are you pregnant? Are you
100%.
pregnant also?
Not yet,
Oh
not yet.
my God.
Goodness.
I gotta find the right one.
Jesus.
All
Let's,
right.
let's get on to college
Well,
football.
Below Ralphie also loves the setup.
Oh, thank you, Ralphie. Your dad will see you soon. Let's go. College football, man.
Yes,
Zach
sir.
is ready.
I've been watching a ton of it. Where do you want to start off, Eddie Money?
We start with the rain
Friday
game
game?
from Friday. We got number 24 Illinois versus number 22 Nebraska. Nebraska -7.5. Over under. Didn't put it in there. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, Illinois. Illinois.
By the way, this line started at 9. All the sharps are in on this line, Illinois plus the 9.
It's over under 43.
Okay. So Nebraska, all the sharps are in on Illinois in this game at +9. I love Nebraska. I love Mark Rule.
Matt Rule.
Matt Rule. I'm sorry. Matt Rule. I like Nebraska as well. I just don't like them to cover. Uncle Zero likes Nebraska as well. I don't know if they cover, but I think they win this game.
I watched a little bit of the Fighting Illini last week. They had some OG, old school uniforms going on. They look pretty good. But I do love what Matt Rule's doing. He has them boys fired up. And
He's a good coach.
He is a good coach, except when you go to Carolina.
Well, nobody does well there.
You think that talking into his player's helmet is helping him and his coaching staff with that NFL experience compared to most coaches?
He was a good coach at Temple. I mean, that's why he got the Carolina job. And that was at Temple. So now you're at Nebraska, a program that has history and history and history. So,
not according to a lot of people. Colorado was never good. Nebraska was never good. Like people.
Yeah, according to all the Instagram comments, only the same 5 teams have ever been good.
Yeah, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
You tell
Rick
them.
Flores also said he's with the Jared Cool. I said that a few weeks back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like Nebraska here. Tough though. The spread's tough. Sharps are on Illinois, by the way, and they got it early at 9.
Yeah, big difference now. But now into the Saturday games. Ohio State is back playing against Marshall. Ohio State -40 over under 52.
How is this not 80?
Give me the Buckeyes, baby.
Yeah.
Blue chip, the Buckeyes, first half. and minus 40. They're going to put up 56 by themselves. Keep an eye on that over because Ohio State might clear that alone.
Isn't Chad Pennington's son actually the quarterback at Marshall? Like,
I think he is, but
right?
he's not throwing. I guess who he's not throwing to? Randy Moss.
Yeah,
baby.
not throwing to 88. He's not throwing to 88.
Not throwing the Randy out there.
Yeah.
You remember Randy at Marshall with the
green?
Dude,
no, I remember the Wizard of Oz socks, the green and white candy.
All the way to the top.
Dude, it was badass, man. Randy was ridiculous.
Ohio State in the first half is minus 24.5.
Yeah, give me Ohio State. Zach says Ohio State's first 3 opponents are embarrassing. Zach,
Yes.
you are absolutely correct, sir.
Yes.
100%. They are embarrassing.
But you know what they've done is cover first halves. They've covered. I mean, they're as good as advertised.
Zach, take advantage while they can't do it for the rest of the season.
Also,
It's
they
like playing
played a
road team.
freaking gauntlet of a conference.
It's one thing to say that their opponents have sucked and then played down to their opponents,
Yeah.
but they look fucking unbelievable.
Yeah,
They
because you could be Oregon or you could be Ohio State.
Exactly. And I'm sitting on the wrong side of that fence. With Oregon on that bed. For sure. You guys keep going. I'm gonna.
He's got to step out real quick.
All right, let's go to the next game. So we got Ohio State blue chip first half minus 24.5. Ohio State for the game minus 40. Keep an eye on the over because Ohio State might score 50 plus by themselves. What else
So
we
they
got?
got NC State versus 21 Clemson. Clemson
Huge
minus 20
line
and a
here.
half. Insane.
NC State has to be the most disappointing team in the ACC so far. Besides Florida State, by the way. Let's not take that crown away from them.
That's still on the schedule for later. We're still got to talk about Florida State.
Right.
That's
Yeah. So let's pass on this game. I think it's a big line, 20.5 for Clemson. Clemson's still ranked 21. Who knows how? But we'll see how they do this week.
All right. Then we got Arkansas versus Ohio State. Iowa State.
Iowa State.
Iowa State minus 21.5. Over under 51.
I'm not a fan of this game, Eddie Money. Do you have something on this game?
No. I think I just forgot a ranking, and that's why they're there.
I would definitely stay away.
Stay away from anything with Iowa State playing college football.
I think they just got a rank because they beat Iowa. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the ranking 17 to 25 is a joke because it seems like whoever just gets a big upset from the week before just gets thrown into the fucking rankings.
Yeah, you're getting in there if you win.
Well, you're getting in there because there isn't teams better than you in the bigger conferences is what it is. So let's move on from Iowa State.
But next game, we got UCLA versus number 16 LSU. LSU minus 24, over under 56.5.
Dude, I hate LSU. They had a great comeback last week. I hate them. Can't stand them. But UCLA is atrocious.
Bad.
My God. Give me LSU minus 24. Blue chip that. Take LSU in the first half. This UCLA team is an absolute fucking joke. They didn't beat Indiana at home. You think they're going to go into the Bayou and beat the Tigers, who I think are overrated and overranked at 16? But UCLA is just an absolute fucking joke. Give me the Tigers, first half and the game. Blue chip the whole chingazo.
First half is minus 14.
Yeah, give me LSU. UCLA is an absolute joke. It might be 21-0 after the first quarter.
Can I say that's a little bit of overreaction? And I'm not a UCLA defender at all, but Indiana, great coach coming up from JMU, brought a ton of players. That's a good squad. I said they were going to be better this year.
Ed, did you see them play Hawaii?
They scored 17 points in Hawaii.
I did. I was actually in.
They scored 14.
I was actually in Hawaii when I.
I thought they won 17-14 or whatever.
They did win. They shouldn't have won. But they did win.
Well, and then they come home. They take a week off, and then they host Indiana at home, and it was a shit show. Like, you're at home after a week off. You couldn't prepare a little better than that.
Yeah. You know what? Can I take that back?
Indiana was steamrolling because that's why.
Yeah.
70 on their dome.
Yeah. LSU is going to put up 40.
He won't be at Indiana very long. This coach can coach.
No. Yeah.
This coach can coach.
This coach can coach.
There you go.
He ain't no daddy coach.
Put that shit on a motherfucking t-shirt. This coach can coach, baby. LSU by 100, Zach says. So
yeah. What? Come on, Zach.
Oh, Rick Flores. I forgot Rick's a UCLA fan, man.
Yeah, he goes and tailgates. You know what they say? You can't lose a tailgate.
Damn right. Let's move on to the next one.
We got everyone wants to talk about this game. Buffalo versus number 23, NIU. NIU minus 14. Joking, of course. Over under 43.
Give me NIU.
Why is it joking? They're coming off a bye.
After beating Notre Dame.
After
If
beating
this would have been the week right after beating Notre Dame,
then
fine.
Yes.
Then maybe. But this game, give me NIU minus the 14 all day long and twice this Saturday.
Wow.
Dude, that tight end / running back / everything who looks like he weighs 185 pounds, he was doing it all against Notre Dame.
They can play.
They can play, man. And they're big. They're big up front. They're not small.
Listen, Notre Dame's not a great team, and the program isn't what it used to be, 25 years ago or whatever. But there's still 4- and 5-star guys there. And this team went in there and beat them. Okay, and some points in that game didn't feel like they shouldn't have even been even close. So, Northern Illinois looked a lot better. Now they get a Buffalo team. They should whoop their ass, and next week they should be ranked 20th.
Speaking of Indiana, coach, how much Marcus Freeman? How short is that leash going to be at Notre Dame?
Well, he beat Purdue by like 50. So I mean,
Purdue.
I know it's Purdue. No, it
was like 66-3. I think it was.
Yeah, it was a crazy line last week. It was like fucking 9.5 or 8.5, whatever. Vegas lost money there. So what else we got?
We got big game of the week. Number 11 USC versus number 18 Michigan over under 46.5.
Give me Michigan, baby. Give me Michigan in the big house. Give me Michigan in the big house, baby. I think Michigan keeps it close, lose the game by 3. If they lose this game, they lose it by 3. I don't think USC is going to go in there. They're going to have to try and run the ball against those big boys. They're not going to be able to. I want to see Miller Moss actually play with some pressure in the pocket. Let's see how he does. I think Michigan can prevail in this game and kind of, switch the rankings here. Maybe get up to that 14, 15.
I mean, other than their defensive tackles, they have a decent corner. Why or how would you come up with this prognostication that I need something better than you hate cholos that have USC tattoos on their calves?
Ed, there's no physical. USC plays no physical teams, period. Okay? This is Miller Moss.
No, that's not true.
Did Miller Moss play Utah? Did Miller Moss play Utah? Has Miller Moss played Utah?
No.
And by the way, that physical Utah team that they supposedly played last year, how many points did Caleb score on them? The playoff, the title game, how many points was he able? And he was able to move the ball up and down the field for most of the game. So,
I think. No, go ahead.
So they're going into a Big Ten, the second biggest, probably the biggest place to play on the road in the Big Ten. It's a huge game. This is going to be one or two.
Yeah.
Them or Ohio State, either which
1A. Yeah.
The big house or the shoe. That's either one, right? But you're going in there. This team is an underdog. Getting 5.5 for Michigan is Vegas telling you that USC is really 10 points better than Michigan. I don't think they're 10 points better than Michigan. It's going to be a tight game. And 5.5, I think, is too many for a team with that many, good players. Now, the coaching staff isn't great, but Lincoln Riley, a little bit overrated.
Oh, listen.
I don't know.
No. The stats don't lie. But I will tell you this, Rafa, that I think it's an advantage for Lincoln Riley. I'm not saying that Miller Moss is a better athlete, a better quarterback than Caleb Williams. But there's no ego. When Lincoln Riley is calling the spreadsheet, he's not thinking, does Caleb Williams going to like this call? Am I going to get him plays? He will be more susceptible to just running the best play other than how can I make Caleb shine in this play? I think that SC is a better team than last year. I think I love their running game. The defense, obviously, huge upgrade. And am I drinking the Kool-Aid? Maybe.
Oh, it's early Kool-Aid. It's early Kool-Aid. I want to see. I think 5.5. I think it's too many. That's what I think USC can win the game. I think they win the game by 3. I don't think.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying they're gonna. No. You like okay?
No. They're not. They're not gonna beat the brakes. I like 5.5. I like 5.5 with Michigan at home. I think they. This should be this is kind of a game where you can, for Michigan, you got to think, I need to make up the ass whooping that Texas gave me and how bad I played against Fresno State and the other, what was it, UNLV or whoever, not UNLV. I don't know who they played the first week, but so this is a big game for Michigan. This is a big game for both teams, but Michigan, I think, has more of a statement to make than USC, and I think they could get it done at home. At least keep it close.
Yeah, I mean, if I had a gun to my head, I would take the points. I would. But
so I'm taking the point. I want to see USC be physical against a team, and this is the game that they need to be physical in.
I mean, I can't remember the last time SC has gone out of the Coliseum and beat the brakes off anyone. Like, I can't even remember. I mean, Oklahoma in a bowl game. I can't remember the last time SC went on the road and beat the shit out of a good opponent. I just can't remember it.
Yep. Give me Michigan, baby.
I think Rick Flores is referring to Ohio State's first 3 points. They should have played against FSU instead.
FSU almost played those 3 teams. So it's pretty fucking close.
Pretty close, for sure.
All right, next game, though. Kent State versus number 10, Penn State. Penn State minus 49, over under 55.5.
49's a large.
Penn State coming off their bye week. 49 is a big number for Penn State. I don't know if they can even score 49 themselves.
And they scored a shitload of points the last time they played, right? I thought they scored.
No,
before that.
Yeah.
Oh, the week before that? Okay.
Yeah. So we'll see. This is a wait and see for Penn State.
Yeah, that's a lot of points right there. Then next up, we got Miami, Ohio versus number 17, Notre Dame. Minus 28, over under 43.5.
Another wait and see. I need to see more from Notre Dame. Yeah, you beat Purdue on the road by 60 plus. But, now you go back home, Miami of Ohio, who knows what they are. And 28 points for Notre Dame.
The Red Hawks, I believe. The Red Hawks or the Red something?
They are the Red Hawks.
Yeah.
But, we still got to wait and see with Notre Dame. I think they got to put some games together where you could say, okay, maybe they deserve to be in the top 25. Because at this moment, I don't think they do. And by the way, Northern Illinois, who beat them, is ranked 23 and they're ranked 17.
Garbage.
Straight trash, baby.
Straight trash, Tommy. Number 13, Kansas State minus 6.5 versus BYU, over under 48.
Kansas State looked good last week. They were impressive, man.
They looked really good.
They were impressive. And Arizona's defense, my God, what are you doing?
Man, they look good in those unis, though. Those
helmets. They look great in the uniforms.
Dude,
but
U of A and those helmets and the cats, they look good.
So can we say Jed Fish leaving has an impact?
Yeah, it has an impact. It has such a huge impact that he lost at home to Washington State for the first time. Washington's lost to Washington State at home since who knows when. Big fucking impact, Jed Fish.
No, but I'm talking about an impact at U of A, not an impact at Arizona, Washington. We said before he left that when he was going to Washington that he wasn't going to do well. But the fact that he had those players come to Arizona, that he recruited them, that he brought them together and made a good developed program, I think he should have stayed. And I think him leaving has an impact.
Listen, if he would have had that big of an impact on those players would have left with him. When guys leave, most of the guys leave with their coach.
Not when your not when your 2 players are Noah Fafita and T-Mac, who share their NIL with the rest of the team. They're not going anywhere.
Okay.
So
there you go then.
Yeah.
Stay 2-1 then.
You guys know Rich Dice played at U of A, legend at U of A, and their whole alumni, they're calling Fafita and T-Mac maybe the best cats of all time because of
that's
their
insane.
loyalty.
Because they were fucking horrible in the second game. T-Mac had 2 catches in that second game against a garbage ass fucking, what was it, Northern Arizona team or whatever. They need to stop with all that shit. We know who the best.
It's just not. But it's a loyalty thing. What they did. That's fine.
I mean, great. Not players. You can be the greatest humans ever to put on a Wildcat uniform, you are not the best players to ever put
Bro,
on a
T-Mac,
Wildcat uniform.
T-Mac is a top 10 first-round pick.
You're right. He's a wonderful player. Wonderful player. But you're not the best Arizona player when you put up 2 catches and your team has struggled the first 2 games and you put up, or 3 games, and you put up 2 catches against Northern Arizona. So
The Lumberjacks are always tough. Always tough.
That's what it is.
Go Lums.
We got Georgia Tech coming up against number 19 Louisville.
It's an
Louisville
ugly
minus
game.
10.5.
It's a
It is
disgusting
an
game.
ugly game, but I only put it in here because I have a little interesting stat.
What do you got?
Since 2022, Georgia Tech is 14-5 against the spread as an underdog. They've covered in the last 7 of 8 games against ranked opponents.
I'll be damned. Eddie Money's giving you stats and trends and all that. I will not be watching this game. I will not have a penny on this game. But Eddie Money will.
I will not either.
If Rob ever says he's not having a penny on this game, he's actually not betting that game.
100%.
If he says he's not betting that game, then he's betting that game.
Yeah, this game, there will not be $1 on this game. Not even for nothing. Not a damn thing.
Not a
Damn
damn thing.
Damn right. Let's go to the next one, baby.
Another good game. Number 12, Utah, -2 versus number 14, Oklahoma State, over under 50. Oh.
Cam Rice, he's not playing. I don't think he's playing. And this is if the line reads like he's playing, is he
I
playing?
have a correction. It's flipped. Oklahoma State is now -2, over under 52.5.
Cam Rising's not playing. Utah State played super tough against Utah's Uncle Zero had a comment earlier about that. Oh, that USC beat the crap out of Utah State and blah, blah, blah. Utah doesn't have their quarterback. It's a whole different game. They were up 23-0 against Baylor and won the game 23-12. They didn't score a single point after that man left the game.
It's a different team.
It's a whole different team here. I like Oklahoma State at home, -2. I take Oklahoma State in this spot. Utah, if they don't have Rising, they should not be rising in the polls. Not a playoff team anymore.
Can we talk about Oklahoma State? That's constantly in the top 25. Gundy, I think he's an underrated coach, and I just want to, dude. They're always you don't think of them as a top 25 football team for some reason, but they're always there. They're always there. And what's the one constant thing is the head coach. I love me some Cowboys, man.
I would also argue they're probably one of the program-wise, like one of the toughest teams. Like they always have good running backs, good offensive line. And the Big 12 is just defense sucks. So he's been able to survive kind of with that Utah DNA, but in the Big 12.
Yeah.
Very, very accurate, CJ.
If you're looking for value, Oklahoma State, it's -0.5, or it's -0.5 at halftime.
Yeah, keep an eye on the OK State Cowboys.
I like it.
Zach said to take him, so you know what that means. Drop a load on it.
Damn right.
Next up, we got Vanderbilt versus number 7, Missouri. Missouri -21, over under 53.5.
Missouri has to be the worst team in the top 10.
Let Cook cook. Let Cook cook.
Yeah, he barely cooked last week. He
doesn't even simmer. Like he just barely starts to cook.
Yeah, he hasn't looked good at all this year. He didn't look good as he hasn't.
Why the fuck are they ranked 7th?
Explain
that.
Because they started there, Ed. They started there. Trust me, if Notre Dame
they're in a conference called the SEC, and we just have a little bias towards them in this sport. So that's why.
Oh, CJ.
People don't associate Missouri with SEC. They just don't.
No,
you know, if you ask the common, they'd say Big 12, like they were.
Yeah, easy, Big 12.
Yeah. They don't feel like a SEC team. But yet, why? I mean, they have a good running back, a really good receiver, right? I don't know, but I just that 7 in front of Missouri doesn't look right.
Right.
Yeah, absurd.
It'll be gone soon. Don't worry.
Not this week.
Not this week, but it'll be gone soon.
But not this week.
Yeah.
Going on to Heisman favorite, number 8 Miami and Cam Ward, -16.5 against USF, over under 65.
Can I
Well,
say
I like-
something?
Actually,
Go ahead.
you said whatever you want.
Miami is a top 3 team in the country to me.
Oh, I agree.
I think they're way too low.
I think they're too low also, but you based in preseason ranking and the bullshit. Let's see how they do here, and then once they get into playing a couple of those turds they got in the ACC over there, Clemson and so on, and
Don't say it.
Don't say
Don't
it.
say
Don't
it.
say it.
Don't say it.
yeah, no, that's always a tough game because it's a rivalry. So we'll wait to get to that game. But I like the over here. You saw South Florida, that quarterback. He can run the ball. He can throw it a little bit. He played a good first half against Alabama. I like the over in this spot here for Miami. The 16.5. I mean, Cam Ward has looked phenomenal. I told you guys early season Heisman.
He looked better.
Why?
He's looked better than advertised.
Yes.
Oh, he's phenomenal, man. He is
I also
phenomenal.
have a fun stat in this one as well. Over the past 20 years, Miami is 15-4 against the spread when playing an in-state school, either on a neutral site or on the road.
All right, there it is, boys. Miami minus 16.5 is what Eddie Money is saying.
Where are they playing?
In South
At
Florida.
USF.
At USF.
Oh. They said a neutral site or
Or on the
Or
road.
on the road.
Or on the road.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Zach
keep
said
your eye out.
preseason.
Yeah, that was that SEC slander, which we know is ludicrous. Fucking ludicrous. But anyways, keep an eye out. Blue chip Miami over 65. Eddie Money loves the Hurricanes here at minus 16.5. He just gave you a great trend. So keep an eye out for the Hurricanes and Cam Ward, your early Heisman favorite.
Can we skip this next garbage ass game?
What is it?
Bowling Green and A&M.
and at A&M.
Keep your eye out for Bowling Green in this game.
Oh, my.
Keep your eye out for Bowling Green in this game. They have tough receivers who can catch the football. Keep your eye out. Texas A&M is.
I guess we're not skipping it.
Texas A&M is a bottom feeder SEC team. They're ranked because they couldn't find another motherfucker to fill that spot. Okay, but keep your eye out for Bowling Green. Tough receivers. A&M has not impressed. Eye out on Bowling Green is all I'm saying. Let's move on to the next one, baby.
I got to ask you a question.
Bowling Green played Penn State tough.
Tough.
I got to ask you a question. Who is consistently the most over preseason ranked team in college football?
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame or Texas A&M?
A&M?
Notre Dame. It's always Notre Dame.
Yeah.
It's always
All right.
Notre Dame.
For a while, it was the USC as well, too.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
For a while, it was USC. Sorry,
you
Uncle
got it.
Zero.
Another good game here. Number 6, Tennessee, favored by 7. Going into Oklahoma, number 15 ranked.
This is
over
my favorite game.
57.5.
A fucking joke that Oklahoma. What are you raising your hand for? Like we're in fucking school.
Bang the balls, bang the balls, bang the balls. If I had money, I would bang the balls.
You got money. Put them.
What? Bang the ball sounds
Bang
like
the balls.
Bang the
Some of
balls.
them
Bang all the
sounds like-
balls. Bang all
Tennessee.
the balls.
All of
I
them.
love Tennessee
It's a-
minus 7. I'm blue chip in Tennessee as well. Tennessee is light years ahead of Oklahoma. Oklahoma does not belong in the SEC. So
Best running game in the country. Best running game in the country.
Tennessee is going to show them this week where they
Did you
belong.
say
And it
Oklahoma
ain't-
doesn't belong in the SEC?
Yeah, they don't.
Okay. We'll see about
Yeah,
that.
they don't.
We'll,
They don't.
Coach is gonna bowl
Boys,
visa.
this awful
We'll see.
black guy talking.
Yeah, no, you say
Asking them to bang volunteers. They're volunteers. Stop
they're
banging
volunteers.
volunteers. My God.
Great comment, Rick.
Zach, wow, I've never seen Rafa go against the Sooners.
That
Oh,
is
yeah, no.
true.
With a real SEC team, that
Please
real
stand up.
SEC, yeah, with a real SEC team, please stand up. Tennessee's a phenomenal squad. I think top 5 team in the country, to be honest with you, the way they're playing right now. So give me Tennessee minus 7. Zach says that means take the Sooners.
Yes, Tennessee's top 5 in rushing offense and passing offense.
I think
I
that
thought
back had 4
Tennessee's a
touchdowns last week.
number 1 rushing team in the
Yes.
land.
Yeah.
And like I said, I said it preseason, Nico will be in Manhattan in New York Athletic Club, sitting right there.
He is keeping the hope for Polynesian quarterbacks alive.
Oh,
Yes.
that's You need a lot of hope.
Shut up.
And a lot of hope. Anyway, take Tennessee. That's a blue chip. Tennessee -7 at the Sooners. Boomer Sooner going down this week.
Also have stat in this game.
Go ahead.
Tennessee head coach. I don't know how to say his last name.
Matt
Josh
Heupel.
Heupel.
Or Josh Heupel.
Heupel.
Him in the first half, his against the spread record is 43-17-2. And away, it's even better. It's 22-7-1.
And this is a big game for him, going back to Oklahoma, what they did to him and all that.
He was an incredible quarterback at OU.
Huge.
So this is a big game for him. I think they're going to annihilate him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
watch the Vols, baby. And like CJ says, go and bang some volunteers.
They're also a -4 in the first half.
Take Tennessee, baby. Blue chip them all the way.
Next two games, we got the cover machines. We got Georgia Southern versus number 5 Ole Miss. Ole Miss -35 over under 66.5.
Man, Ole Miss looks good, don't they?
Yes, they
Jackson
do.
Dart, my man. Jackson
Yes,
Dart
they
might be in Manhattan before Nico, Ed.
Oh no.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
He
We
gonna
got
be in
plenty
that
of
room.
football left. Oh, there's plenty of room for Jackson Dart out there. We'll see. We have early football. I like Ole Miss. We've been taking Ole Miss all year long. We're going to take Ole Miss in the first half here again. We're going to take Ole Miss for the game. Lane Kiffin's doing a phenomenal job at Ole Miss. That offense just rolling along.
Stay there, Lane. Stay in your lane. Stay at Ole Miss. I don't care who offers you a fucking job. That is a perfect job for you.
It's a great job for him.
Ole Miss is -22 in the first half.
28-3 at halftime.
I feel like a ton of money is going to come in that first half.
Mm-hmm. And then to round it off, we got round off the ranked games. UNL Monroe versus number 1 Texas. Texas -44.5 over under 53.
Is Arch playing or is Quinn playing?
I doubt Quinn plays.
Okay, so
If I was Quinn, I'd do whatever the fuck it took
to get on that field.
He might never come back on that field.
Arch looked phenomenal when he came in that game. I like Texas here, first half and the game. Texas -44.5. I think watch that over 53. Texas might put up 50 by themselves.
Facts.
I told you. I remember. I have early season. I have Texas going undefeated until the title game in the SEC.
Yeah.
So I think the Longhorns are the best team in the country right now.
Let me ask you this: Can Arch? I know you have to be 3 years out of high school. Is Arch available to come out in this draft?
No.
This is only 2 years out. 2
years out.
Yeah, I think he needs another year.
Well, if he plays this entire season, let's say Quinn doesn't come back, or this game right here, I don't think it matters what Arch does. If he puts up 7 touchdowns in this game, it's Louisiana Monroe. I don't think that's not him taking the job from Quinn, right? If Quinn's ready to go, he's going to play. So,
dude, I think let's say he was eligible. I think he goes number 1 overall.
Wow. Wow. Ed, you're such a fucking racist. Wow.
Oh yeah, that does not help.
Racist.
That does not help, man. To clip this with the Colorado clip, just clip it under all the comments.
By the way, I've looked at every Rivals.com, NBC. They have Shador 6 or 7 best quarterback. No, there's never been 6 or 7 quarterbacks taken in the fucking first round. That would make me correct. Just saying.
It does. I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. You know that. Yeah. So, but wait and see. Anyways, let's go on to the next one. Keep an eye out for the Longhorns this weekend, baby.
All right. Now we got Cal versus FSU. FSU -2.5 over under 44.5. No way FSU goes 0-4, right?
Yes, they do.
I like Cal's quarterback since last year.
Cal's undefeated.
Cal put it on Auburn. In Auburn.
Yeah, I like Cal. I had Cal that game. I told you that, Ed. I like Cal. I like Cal here. Florida State is a fucking shit show. You're gonna listen. If Norvell loses his game, now you gotta you might fire him. And he's got a huge buyout, by the way. Like bigger than Jimbo's
You cannot fire a guy who was an undefeated ACC champion the year before,
Oh,
no matter
yes,
what
you
he
can.
does. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yes, you can. And you know why? You know why and we talked about in the group chat. You know why he won't sit DJ down? Because it'll expose his ass on what it's not. Okay, DJ's not. Now, what's your excuse? DJ's not getting sat on the bench because then Norvell, that's his scapegoat. That's his freaking scapegoat. And that's why DJ isn't going anywhere.
FSU has to win this game against an above average Cal team.
They had to win the last 3 games.
100%. But this is, we can say this every week. Like, this is drawing the fucking line at this point.
Zach said hammer Cal.
Yeah, Cal. Listen, if Cal wins this game, by the way, put them in the top 25. Kick out fucking Texas A&M.
Yes.
Even if A&M wins this game, put Cal in there, please. Good quarterback play. Very good job.
Bang some Bears. Bang volunteers.
Bang the Bears.
Bears and volunteers.
Bang the Bears. CJ's banging volunteers and Bears. This motherfucker
banging them all.
He might come out scratched up. Volunteers are wild. Man. I love these NFL comments coming in, by the way.
Yeah. We got my fallen hero, Iowa, -2.5. First Minnesota, over under 35.5.
I'm not doing this. You can keep Iowa forever and ever and ever.
I had a stat. That's the only reason I put in here. Iowa's in the last 10, 8-2 straight up, and 6-3-1 against spread against Minnesota.
I don't know.
Yeah,
why.
Iowa, by the way, 3-0 to the over this year, surprisingly.
Wow, insane. Iowa, after losing to Iowa State at home and getting that week off, they should win this game. And 2.5 is very. It's basically a pick 'em in college. So keep your eye out on Iowa in this game. If you want to bet, if you got nothing to do and you need to bet at a game at some point in the day, bet Iowa -2.5.
I'd rather go watch a Mission Viejo Jay Serra game than fucking watch Iowa fucking play football. Mike Pucci.
Take Iowa under every time.
We did really well last year.
They did well this year, but doing terrible this year.
Really?
He said it.
Mike Pucci say take Minnesota money line. All right. Trap game, he says. Keep an eye out. If you're watching this game, you're a sick individual. But let's go on to the next.
Speaking of trap game, Baylor versus Colorado. Colorado -2 over under 51.
Baylor. I don't like anything from Baylor. And
I don't either.
I don't either. I have zero comment on this game. But it shows you what Vegas thinks about Colorado, that they're only -2 at home. They actually think Baylor's a better football team than Colorado is today. So you know how I feel about Dion. I love Dion as a football player, as a head coach. I don't like him.
Don't even bother saying it. I tried to say it, and I still got called a racist.
Yeah. So let's.
I mean, did you see Whitlock's thing? Did you see Dion? Did you see Dion in the press conference where the Colorado State quarterback just he just made a comment to Hunter. He made he did the short, you're not big enough or whatever. And Dion's like, I would never let my kids do that. I would have fell off on my fucking chair if I was in that fucking press conference.
Yeah, for sure.
Mean, give me a freaking break, Dion.
By the way, Mike Hucci says, I like Brittany Griner from Baylor. She's a great dad. So that's a man.
Yeah. He's a great dad.
Great call, Mike. Great call, baby.
Mike, that might be the worst trade in history. Worse than Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson put together. The Griner trade to Russia.
What else we got?
That's all the games. So let's cook up a little college football parlay.
All right.
Cook it up, man.
Ed, you want to go first?
I went first last time, so I'll let someone else have their first pick.
I'll go first. I'll take Tennessee -7.
That's what I would have picked. I'm going to go Ohio State -40.
Okay.
I will go Ole Miss -35.
Bang them balls -7.
I just took the
Vols. Can't bang it twice.
You took them? I didn't hear you.
Yeah. I took Tennessee -7.
Oh, you fucker. I'll take.
Well, I think you wanted to go first.
I'll take USC money line.
Oh man! All right, here we go.
Oh.
USC money line. Here's your two nobodies college football parlay. We have USC money line. CJ's pick.
I like it,
Tennessee
CJ.
-7. My pick. Eddie money. Ole Miss -35. And Eddie's pick is who is it?
Ohio State minus 40. Yeah.
Give me one moment.
Mike Hucci is on the roll. Let's get
Yeah, he is.
prepared.
Who's
Is
Mike
he on a roll?
Gucci? Ed, you know
I don't
Mike
know.
Gucci?
I do not know Mike Cucci, but
Mike
great name.
Gucci's phenomenal, by the way.
He's
Yeah.
saying it. Mike Cucci. That's the point of his name.
Oh,
That's the point of his name, Mike Cucci.
I
I love
forgot
it.
about that one. That's a good one too, Mike. Bryce Young trade greater than
I'm almost sure with that name, that can't be his fucking actual screen. That
Not
can't be
his
his
name.
Not.
That-
Oh my god.
I-
you're
No,
so old.
that's not his name. What I'm saying is, with that name, that can't be his profile pic.
It's not. You guys are so old.
I'm hoping
What's-
it is. That's how I'm gonna go bed thinking that's him. I don't want to.
Oh my
I don't
god.
want to picture him any other way.
He said he can't wait for USC versus Michigan or Wisconsin in the snow. It'll be funny.
That'll be fun. That'll be
Yes.
fun.
You know,
All right.
That
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I
no,
got
no,
him.
no. I was.
I
go
got
ahead.
the odds for our parlay. So 4-way parlay plus 880. We got Ohio State minus 40, USC minus 220 money line, Tennessee minus 7, Mississippi minus 35. That is your NFL. That is your college football parlay.
Awesome.
Eddie Money will be
And-
redoing that one in the studio.
Yes.
Yes.
Zach also said LSU minus 100.
My
So,
goodness.
you know, Mike Cucci brought up a great point, and I want to end on this. We hope you guys enjoyed the show. But I was thinking today, in honor of Bryce Young from Cathedral High School, modern day Alabama, who's succeeded at every level, was small at every level. You know, obviously he's been terrible, and I do believe that that Carolina has made the right move. But I wanted to go over the last the quarterbacks that have been picked first overall and see, were they bad quarterbacks or were they in bad situations? Because it's hard for me to even fathom that Bryce has played this bad. Like, he's been so good everywhere. Like, is he this bad, Rafa?
He's. I think it's the system, man. I'm sorry. We got a Dr. Barry McKinner.
No, this is Dr. Barry McCockiner.
Yeah, he loves it.
Oh, man.
I've seen him many times.
Oh my god.
Yes.
These names are great.
Yeah.
I think it's a bad system, but he's too small, man. I think it's a bad team, but he's too small. But you can go back and we can look at the number ones, and in reality, you know, for example, there's been guys that have been in bad systems and then have left and have played really well. Jim Plunkett comes to mind, right?
Yeah, went to the Patriots, number 1 overall. Was
We can
horrible with the
I
Patriots.
have a list right here.
All right, let's go over just bad system, bad quarterback. This is really quick.
Bryce Young, Panthers.
I think it's a system.
So you would give him another chance somewhere else?
I would give him another chance somewhere else.
Okay, I would as well. I'm just curious.
Trevor Lawrence, Jags.
Bad quarterback.
Bad quarterback for me too. You know that.
He has a good coach, good offensive coach.
Joe Burrow to the Bengals.
Oh, no good.
Ah, that's a good quarterback.
Kyler Murray to the Cardinals.
No,
Great
Kyler
quarterback.
Murray, great quarterback.
Yeah,
Baker Mayfield to the Browns.
went into a bad system,
Yeah,
and now
went
he's
into the-
proving.
Now he's
That
he's proven like Jim Plunkett basically is just they fall in the same kind of tier.
Mm-hmm.
Jared Goff to the Rams.
Oh no, he was in a great system. He was just bad for a while.
Went to a Super Bowl with the Rams.
Yeah, not because of him.
Jameis Winston
yeah.
to the Bucks.
Well,
Bad quarterback.
bad quarterback.
Bad
quarterback.
quarterback.
Andrew Luck to the Colts.
Phenomenal.
Great quarterback.
Great quarterback.
Cam Newton Panthers.
Great quarterback, I think.
Sam
Great
Bradford
for-
Rams.
Couple years.
Like 1 year.
Yeah.
1 year. He won the MVP, went to the fucking Super Bowl.
You and your MVP.
That's the 1 year.
Yeah.
That's fine. He went there. He got to the Super Bowl. We're talking about other dudes. None of those other guys have gone to the Super Bowl.
I feel like Sam Bradford was a good quarterback, and he's proved it. And he's had decent numbers in certain years. And who did he go to right off the bat? Who did Sam
Rams.
Bradford?
He was in the
Rams.
They were bad then.
Yeah.
Rams were really bad. That was before McVay.
Larry
Stafford.
Dickham.
Stafford to the Lions.
Stafford
Ooh.
of the Lions. Great quarterback.
I heard a rumor today that some stupid that the Raiders would try to trade for Stafford. I don't know why the Rams
Crazy
would give him
rumor.
up. Yeah.
Larry Dickham
Crazy
says Sam Bradford is the same as Matt Ryan.
Oh,
Matt Ryan's a Hall of Famer. He's going to be
Damn.
a Hall of Famer.
Damn right. Second ballot.
And then we'll end it off with Jamarcus Russell to the Raiders.
That was a bad quarterback.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Rafa. I was surprised you
No
would say
problem, bud.
fucking bad organization.
Well,
That's
same,
probably
Bad
Sorry.
organization. Same shit.
same,
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 but different.
but different.
Zach Wilson, second pick in the draft. Bad quarterback, bad system. He went to the Jets. The Jets
Both.
have
Bad quarterback.
Both.
Bad quarterback.
both.
Zach-
Fucking Zach. Purdy
Zach
and the
Purdy and
Niners.
the Niners.
Great
Wow.
fucking
Purdy-
quarterback. Best fucking
Purdy-
system.
Purdy was the last pick. Mo Lester Jr.
Tom Couch.
Oh my god.
Tim Couch to the Browns. Won a
Tim
playoff
Couch.
game, by the way.
He's making these fucking.
I think Tim Couch before the Georgia game was put like they retired his number before the game at Kentucky.
Oh fuck! This Mo
Off
Lester,
topic a
this
little
dude
bit.
is hilarious. This guy, it's all the same guy.
Yeah.
All the same
just-
person.
Oh, he's so funny. The picture on Mo Lester is fucking great. By the
Oh
way.
my gosh, bro.
Looks like
God.
CJ.
Don't fucking don't. Oh fucking no. I'm gonna smack the shit.
Let's end it on Mo Lester's comment there. Eh? Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
guys,
actually, no. I want to end it on the Mike Cucci's comment. Up here. Said Malik Willis is the same player as Lamar Jackson, both less turnovers. Changed my mind.
We don't need to get
Oh.
into that. Come on. Lamar was a 2-time MVP. Malik Willis has 1 touchdown pass in his career.
and Malik doesn't have the shiftiness that Lamar has. He's never been the runner.
No.
He has never been the runner that Lamar Jackson.
Didn't Lamar win the Heisman?
Oh, she sure
Yes.
did at Louisville.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
But anyways, great comment. Thanks for all the comments tonight.
Yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed episode 96. I hope you enjoyed the new setup. I like it because we get to see you guys interact with this more. So what do you got? What do you got, CJ? What's your closing thoughts on this episode 96?
Man, the Sphere main card was amazing. I'm disappointed in Sean O'Malley and who he was supposed to become because I really thought he was going to become the next Conor McGregor. But we got John Jones coming up versus Stipe, and we got Max Holloway versus Ilya Topuria. So there is some great MMA to look forward to and some great college football to look forward to, man. I'm just excited this motherfucker molested.
With some grandma cookies.
Shut the hell up.
Oh
My
man.
God. Too good. Any money? Any
He
closing
goes,
thoughts?
what up, twin?
I am looking forward to this week of college football. Love some of these fucking lines.
I love the Tennessee game. I'll be locked in that Tennessee Oklahoma game, man.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to going to Dallas, seeing my son for the first time in 2 months, playing some golf, watching the Ravens tap on them Cowboys this weekend, baby.
Is this the first time you've been to Jerry's World and that stadium?
No, I saw Dick Trickle. Fucking A. I saw Caleb and USC Trojans lose.
Oh,
to
that's
Tulane
right.
There.
That's right.
Yeah, so that was heartbreaking.
That's when Rafa really developed his hatred towards Caleb. That's when it
100%.
first
It wasn't for him. He played great. It was for Lincoln Riley.
sparked a flame of hate.
No, he was phenomenal. I think he threw 6 touchdowns in that game.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but
Well,
that's
guys,
about it. Ed, wrap us out.
What are your final
episode
thoughts,
nine. My final thoughts is, I miss you guys. I loved being all together, but I get it. Everyone had to travel. I had to roll out of my backyard, but I had a good time, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for commenting, and Dick Trickle and Mo Lester, and we had a doctor watching the show, Dr. Barry McCockiner, very, very well respected physician. Yeah, we love you guys. Episode 97, and we out, man.
Ugh.